him goodbye. It is touchdown time in Texas.
Here they come again.
Grisham again, same play. He's got the 15, he's got the 10. Dragging a man to the 5, kiss him goodbye. It is touchdown time in Texas.
You know, our goal now is to win, period.
61 yards.
Catch us if you can.
Howe Bulldogs football is brought to you by Cavender Home Theater, Bill French Properties, Sweetie Pies by Karen, Howe Mercantile, Sonic of Howe, Scoggins Funeral Home, Carrie's Coffee Company, Abby's Restaurant, 3G Brand, and Micah Belden Attorney.
Howe, your Bulldogs are headed to the regional championship game for the first time since 1990.
Catch us if you can.
And now let's go to the broadcast booth with Monty Walker, Michael Mosier, and Stephen Braswell.
Catch us if you can.
Stephen Deadly.
Well, Howe once won 7 out of 18 meetings with the Gunter Tigers. However, since the turn of the century, Gunter is 11-0 versus Howe. Howe looks to beat the Tigers here at Bulldog Stadium tonight for the first time in 19 years. It's the number 6 ranked Gunter Tigers versus the number 13 ranked Howe Bulldogs here in this district opener, and it should be a classic, Michael Mosier, as everyone is expecting this to be a smash mouth football game to start the big district 5-3A Division II right here in Howe, Texas.
Yeah, it's going to be a good game. I think it's going to be a tough game. It's going to be a test for both of them.
Yeah, I think this one is it's one of those we were talking to Coach Hudson, and we'll get to that in a moment during the coaches show, but he was one talking about whether you want to play this kind of game in the beginning of the district or at the end when everything's all for the marbles. He kind of likes the way it's set up right here after playing Pottsboro, and you know what your weaknesses are after being a little bit exposed by Pottsboro, and then picking apart your weaknesses, and they have the chance with everybody healthy to go ahead and do the best they can against the Gunter while they're healthy.
Right, and that's what you want. They're going to learn from their mistakes, and they're going to build on that. And it's going to be a good ball game tonight.
Well, tonight the Howe Bulldogs are coached by Zach Hudson, as always. He's from Rockwall, Texas. His wife is Carrie. She's a former head volleyball coach. They have 2 daughters, Kai and Bodie, age 8 and 5. He's from Navarro College, Texas A&M Commerce. His record at Howe now at 14-14. He's the 25th head coach in Howe history. His 3rd year here in Howe. Coaching stops at Garland, Lakeview, Weimer as the defensive coordinator, to LaGrange as the defensive coordinator, and then back to Weimer as the head coach and athletic director, and then here in Howe as the head coach and athletic director. Last year, he passed Wesley Cox, Alfred Clayton, Arthur Boyle, and Corey Crane on the wins list, and most recently passed L.B. Morris at 13, who was the coach back in 36 and 37. Up next is Jack Osborne, the coach in 46 and 47. Blackie Wade from 76 to 79, and Joey McQueen. They all have 16 wins. This is Howe's 725th game overall in school history, and the Bulldogs have a record of 366, 334, and 24. Howe is 17-12 versus Gunter going back to the initial game, and the Bulldogs were 17-1 at one point until 2000. The Bulldogs have lost 11 straight to the Tigers, and the last time they won here at Bulldog Stadium was 19 years ago, a 21-7 victory on October the 18th of 96. That's when Tyler Grisham's father was playing for the Bulldogs. But the last Bulldog win came just 18 years ago, only 18 years ago.
Yeah, only 18.
October the 17th, 1997, they beat Gunter over in Gunter, 26-23. Howe has outscored Gunter in the series 569 to 518 in those 39 games. Gunter scored more than 33 points on Howe in 8 of the last 9 meetings. Howe, 4-1, ranked 13th in the state, Class 3A Division II. The Gunter Tigers, 4-1. Because of the shenanigans by Pottsboro, they were gifted a win, even though they got beat 42-0 by Pottsboro. They are granted by the UIL a win in that game. So instead of being 3-2 on the field, they're 4-1 on the standings. And they are ranked number 6 in the state, Class 3A Division II. Howe's offense is scoring 32.8 points per game, which ranks 3rd of any Howe team that has ever finished. And the 1998 Bulldogs finished that season 33.83. They're the leaders, while 1940 team finished at 33.7. Howe's defense is giving up 15.5 points per game, which is the best since 2000 when the Bulldogs gave up 12.18. Howe's outscoring their opponents by 17.4 points per game this year, and that is on pace to be the 8th best in school history. Let's take a quick timeout. We'll have the Coaches Show coming up here in just a moment after a quick word from our fine sponsors.
When it comes to Howe, Bill French Properties is 100% invested to the economic and residential growth for Howe. They also provide commercial and farm and ranch services. Bill French Properties provides buyer representation free of charge and provides every service from mortgages to credit repair to skilled craftsmen and inspections. Visit BillFrenchProperties.com or give him a call at 903-893-BILL. Bill French Properties, realtors that you can trust. Servicing Grayson and North Collin County.
I'm Micah Belden, and I will always be a Bulldog. I'm a proud 1998 graduate of Howe High School, and because of the great leadership from our teachers and coaches, I was able to become one of the few board-certified criminal law specialists in Texas. While I love the black and white, in trials, everything is not always that way. If you've been investigated, arrested, or charged with a crime in North Texas, you need to call me now for a free consultation. I'm Micah Belden, and I'm rough, tough, and I can't get enough.
Welcome to the Bulldogs Coaches Show, featuring Howe Athletic Director and Head Coach Zach Hudson. The Coaches Show is brought to you by Joe Brown for Grayson County District Attorney.
Coach, it's been a while since we've had a Coaches Show. 2 weeks ago against Pottsboro, they say you either win or you learn. What did you learn from Pottsboro?
Well, we learned what we can do and what we can't do. We knew that was going to happen as far as they were going to expose some of our weaknesses. We had a couple kids not playing. We had a linebacker out, and some other kids that just kind of hurt us. We had a couple kids get banged up a little bit, and we chose to just go ahead and hold them out the rest of the game. And they could have went, but it's one of those games that a lot of momentum change, and every time we felt like we had momentum to do something, it got taken away for whatever reason. And they do a good job on special teams, and so really our special teams we need to improve on when we face teams like that, and with that much speed, we gotta do things right all the time. And so, the things we learn, it's just like every game. You see what we can do and can't do, but our special teams stood out to us as something that needs to be improved a little bit, and personnel and things like that, situations. So we'll hopefully get those solved.
You were talking about the injuries and kids leaving the game against Pottsboro. How's the health overall for the team right now?
Well, right now we're going to have everybody back for the first time all year. We're always missing one here or there, and now we'll have everybody healthy going into district, which is what you want. I mean, if you can, draw it up anyway, it's, play tough games and play good people, and then also have everybody back when district starts. So it's working out pretty well.
What always stings coming off a loss, but that's your only loss. A year ago you were 2-3, now you're 4-1 heading into district. I got to think you feel better about your team right now.
We do. We felt pretty good last year. We knew we were going to be good. It just was going to take a little while. I hope it's the same way here. We peaked at the right time last year, and sometimes you don't want to peak too early. And so, we're still learning. We're still learning where to put people a little bit. It's been a little faster this year as far as where to put people, but our kids are adjusting to it, and we're starting to get the hang of it.
We'll take a quick time out and let District Attorney Joe Brown tell you about his campaign.
It's a great place to live, and it's a place I want to make better. We have a theater here, we have a symphony, we have all of the amenities that make this a great place to live. How do we continue to progress as a community while still holding on to those conservative values that we grew up with? And it's a question that I ask myself. After 15 years in office, it's not just a job. It can't be. Megan and I have decided to raise our kids here. We're invested in this community. When I think about my older daughter playing sports, my younger daughter in theater, and think about what their life will be, I want them to have the same great experiences that I did growing up. And I want them to know that their dad did everything that he possibly could to keep this community safe, to make it a great place to grow up. Grayson County is growing. There's no way to deny that. And with that comes the opportunity for progress. Together, we can make sure it's the kind of progress that a community as great as ours deserves.
Coach, the big monkey in the corner, I guess, is Gunter. They've won 11 straight versus Howe going back to the year 2000. Does that have any impact on this game whatsoever?
I don't think so. We don't get big into stats. We're not a stat team. We don't throw the ball everywhere and try to get everybody's stats up. We're a team that we rely on everybody. And so saying we don't get into stats, I didn't know that. I have a feeling the kids don't know that. It really doesn't matter. I mean, they're going to strap it on Friday night just like we are. They've been working hard just like we have. And so it's one of those things that, the stat of that plays no role in this.
Gunter's had some coaching changes. Does that play any impact on a program like they've been so successful? Does a coaching change that for them?
Well, they still have the same head coach, still run the same defense. They switched their offense up a little bit just due to their personnel more than anything. I think they've done a great job of having a switch and making it better for their personnel. So it's not going to affect them too much.
So, opening night of the district, you played Gunter, and a lot of people think that this is going to be the deciding factor of the district championship. There's other teams that obviously can make a statement in that, but is that something that you would rather see down the road, or do you like to go ahead and get it over with here in the first game of the district?
Well, for our schedule, I think it plays in the right spot. For our schedule, playing Pottsboro and then going around playing Gunter, you get to fix some things that are broke. You get to play at a high level. When you step on the field with Gunter, we're going to be at the same level. We're not going to have to raise our game up at all. So I think it falls in the right spot for us. You still got to show up on Friday night and play. Any team can come on strong, in this district. Leonard's out there, S&S is out there. And so it's one of those things that we try to we go into every Friday like it's a new Friday, and we got to win it. And it's a playoff situation once the district starts, just due to the way they take people and the brackets they put you in and things like that. So it's a must-win every Friday night for us.
This has been the Bulldogs Coaches Show featuring Howe Athletic Director and Head Coach Zach Hudson. The Coaches Show is brought to you by Joe Brown for Grayson County District Attorney. In this very football season, we will experience extreme heat followed by the changing of the leaves and finally feel the cold chill of the November rain. Life changes, and sometimes it changes too fast. When you lose a loved one, you need a place of comfort and trust. Scoggins Funeral Home and Crematory of Van Alstyne will provide you with that care. Tommy and Bobby K. Scoggins invite you to talk to their caring staff. They take pride in their responsibility to lighten your burden as you take the first steps towards healing.
Carrie's Coffee Company in historic downtown Van Alstyne, next to the post office, is a full-scale coffee house serving all organic hot coffee, iced coffee, lattes, frappes, and many non-coffee beverages and baked goods. Carrie's Coffee Company is located at Highway 5 and 121 on the square, next to the post office. Come visit Carrie's Coffee Company in downtown Van Alstyne. Open Monday through Friday, 5 a.m. to noon, and 7 a.m. on Saturdays. Carrie's Coffee Company is Texas quality.
Well, it should be a classic tonight. Number 6 ranked Gunter and number 13 ranked Howe going to clash here tonight to start District 5-3A. And let's go ahead and give you the starting lineups. How about I do the starting lineup for Howe as always. We'll kind of rotate that way. Left tackle Mike Helpenstell. Again, 6 weeks came out and no casualties, if you will, on the Howe Bulldogs as far as starters go. Everybody made the test on the 6 weeks, so everybody's back. Left tackle Mike Helpenstell. Left guard Hunter Morrow. The center Clay Marshall. The right guard junior Tanner Hartsfield. And the right tackle senior Austin Bearden. The tight end big number 89, the junior Matt Griffin. Wide receiver Seth Seabolt, the junior. Slot back Stratton Carroll, the senior. Quarterback tonight, Brandon Wall. He's a junior. The running back tonight, number 5, the junior, 427 yards on the ground so far in 2015, Jaden Matthews. And the running back for Howe, 48 carries, 517 yards, averaging over 10 yards a carry is the junior Tyler Grisham. And now, Michael, you can do the Tiger defense.
Free safety Dylan Jantz, left cornerback Cade Farrell, linebacker Francisco Figueroa, linebacker Zach Lowe, linebacker Tyler Rigsby. I hear you laughing over there. Right cornerback Edgar Funtz. That one will be a hard one. Right end Adam Chick, nose guard Austin Gittens, left end Daniel Flores, and left cornerback Jade Whitaker.
That cornerback you were talking about is Edgar Fuentes.
Hey, that was close.
He's close. All right, for the Howe Bulldogs on defense, up front, Joel Minivar, the senior Tristan Matthews, we call him Stump, and the junior Mike Helpenstell, along with, you'll see Ty Portman quite a bit out there. The cornerbacks, Nick Wilson, the senior, and Zach Blevins, the senior. The junior linebacker, Tyler Grisham, sophomore linebacker, Jacob Taylor, and Andrew Griffin, and another sophomore linebacker, Dylan Moreau. The weak safety, Seth Seabolt. You'll also see Levi Merzinski, quite a lot tonight. And the strong safety, Winston Moss, the sophomore. He was injured 2 weeks ago, rather, against Pottsboro, but he's fine. He will be back in the lineup tonight.
Cameron Hearn is your end for Gunter. Left tackle Christian Salazar. Left guard Carson Martinic. Center and Adrian Martinez. Right guard Jesse Harris. Right tackle Kurt Reed. Wide receiver Tyler Rigsby. Quarterback Trey Carr. Wide receiver Jake Whitaker. Slot back is Dylan Jantz, and fullback is Noah Williams.
We can take a look at the history of the defense here since Coach Hudson got here. Of course, 2012, the year before he was here, the Howe Bulldogs gave up 38.1 points per game, and that just was pathetic. That was the worst defense in school history, 38.1 points per game. That ranked 69 out of 69 Howe Bulldog teams. Now, Coach Hudson comes in, and they start to improve a little bit. Not greatly, not vastly, but they did improve. 61 out of 70 they ranked, giving up 24.2 points per game. 2014, they did fall back a little bit, 26.8 points per game, and ranked 64th, but they gave up that. They were in the playoffs and gave up 71 to Wascom. Now, that can skew your points dramatically. So going in before that game, the defense was much improved before that regional championship with Wascom. And now this year, the defense has improved, of giving up only 15.4 points per game, which ranks 32nd out of 72 Howe Bulldog teams. Now on the offense, you see a similar pattern when Coach Hudson got here. Before he was here, the Bulldogs were scoring 20.7 points per game. Now, his first year here, tried to still run the slinging around offense that they were running before, and only scored 11.8 points per game in 2013. Last year, went with the slot T, handed it to Dale West, 28.7 points per game. That ranked 5th out of 71 Howe Bulldog teams last year on offense. This year, scoring 32.8 points per game. That ranks 3rd out of 72 Howe Bulldog teams. So the offense, since going to the slot T, since handing it to Dale West, you see the pattern. They're getting better and better and better. And tonight is a huge test for the Howe Bulldogs.
Yes, it is. And Coach West is. I think this is just the beginning. I think it's going to just get better and better and better and better as the years go.
Last week, which was actually at Pottsboro, was 2 weeks ago, Howe only rushed for 219 yards. That's really, on a normal team, 219 yards rushing is, hey, that's pretty good.
Right.
But for Howe, they're used to rushing for over 300 yards weekly. Almost every week they rush for 300 yards. So that was a little bit something not anticipated by the Howe Bulldogs 2 weeks ago against Pottsboro. You can hear Gunter coming through their run-through on the far side. They're in white pants, white jerseys, blue helmets. So they're all white look tonight except for those blue helmets as they come through their tunnel. And a nice looking tiger tunnel that is. And the Howe Bulldogs are coming actually on the field doing their stretching in all black as normal. Black pants, black tops, black helmets, only white numerals. We're going to take a quick timeout, and we'll be back with more Howe Bulldog action in just one moment.
God, Guts, and Game. That's the 3Gs and 3G brand. 3G Brand's handcrafted American-made, in fact, Howe-made blankets were rated by Horseback Magazine as one of the top 7 Christmas gifts in America. These blankets are in deer stands and stadium bleachers all over America, and they come right here from Howe, Texas. We're talking about hunting blankets, stadium blankets, and throws. Get that early black and white blanket just in time for the cold games in November. 3gbrand.com. God, Guts, and Game.
Calling all Bulldog fans to come down to the Sonic in Howe for half-price shakes after 8 and open until midnight. Home games only, where you get great food and big smiles. And a little message for all our Howe football players. Go, Bulldogs fight, Bulldogs win, win, win. Because it's not just good, it's Sonic good.
Two new businesses, Howe Mercantile and Texas Home Emporium, have joined downtown Howe at 107 and 109 East Haney Street. These two antique and gift shops offer vintage items that are rarely available in the Howe area. Their prices will definitely please shoppers. Come enjoy a unique shopping experience at Howe Mercantile and Texas Home Emporium. Go Dogs!
Abby's Restaurant is family owned and run. They have the cure for all your home cooking cravings. Chicken fried steak, loaded baked potato, bacon patty melt, grilled chicken salad, cheese fries, jalapeno stuffed peppers, and more. Don't forget to save room for that cheesecake and cobbler with ice cream. We know you're going to love the food and the service. Abby's Restaurant in downtown Howe. Give them a call, 903-487-8860. Abby's Restaurant.
Here we are at Bulldog Stadium, and you know it's a big night when you see the Channel 12 news crew and Channel 10 and everybody else showing up with their big TV cameras, and here come the Bulldogs. They're in the tunnel. This place is about to erupt, as I think everyone in Howe, Texas understands how big this game is. And it is to start the district, which you would kind of almost wish, for a fan's point of view, that this would be at the end of the season. But Levi Rosinski comes out with the Texas flag along with Joel Minivar with the Bulldog flag, and the Howe Bulldogs have taken the field. And we are just about to be ready for the national anthem as the cheerleaders are sporting the pink pom-poms for October, a breast cancer awareness, and a pink ribbon painted on the field at the 25-yard line, on each 25-yard line.
Well, we got a camera standoff out here?
We've got a big steel camera out there along with the video camera. Captains making their way out on the field for Howe: Stratton Carroll, Tyler Grisham, Joel Minivar, and Levi Rosinski. For the Gunter Tigers, Cade Leach, as well as, I believe that's going to be Ty Johnson for the Gunter Tigers. And Michael, I'll let you keep an eye on what's going on at the coin toss, as we'll give you the umpires, or the officials tonight from the Commerce chapter. The umpire, Jim Kane, the head linesman, Jeremy Haney, the line judge, Scott Whaley, and the back judge, Billy Hooks, as the umpire's talking to both captains right now.
Yeah, I think Gunter may have won the toss.
Stratton Carroll doing the talking, and Howe is going to defend the south end zone as they put their backs to the south. Gunter won the toss. They have elected to defer. So Howe will receive the football to start this football game. And we'll be back with that kickoff in just a moment.
Sweetie Pies in Van Alstyne is expanding their great fried pie menu and including vintage candies and boiling sodas made with real sugar cane. You can also order your Spirit Pops black and white candy popcorn. Want to try a slice of cake? You can do that too. It's the fried pies and cookies that's made Sweetie Pies a North Texas treat. Place an order anytime. 972-821-1508. Sweetie Pies is located facing the railroad tracks in downtown Van Alstyne.
In these days of fast-paced lives and fast-talking salespeople, it's nice to know you can still count on your local dish retailer, Cavender Home Theater, with folks right here in your area to tell you the honest truth. Dish simply costs less for the very same channels. For your home or business, Dish and Cavender's has it at a reasonable price with old-fashioned service. Call Cavender Home Theater at 903-892-3499 today and experience an expert who's happy to answer all your questions. Or go to CavenderTV.com. Do it now.
It is football time in Texas. A tradition here for the second grade to sing the national anthem at a football game, starting the district. And what a game this should be tonight. Number 6 ranked Gunter and number 13 ranked Howe here at Bulldog Stadium, where Howe hasn't beaten Gunter since 1996. The Bulldogs have lost 11 straight to the Gunter Tigers going back to 2000. At one point, Howe had a 17-1 lead in the series, but with that 11-game winning streak by Gunter is now 17-12. It's game number 725 in school history, and the Howe Bulldogs are taking the field on this very field that every home game has been played. No other Bulldog team has ever played a home game anywhere else other than right here at Bulldog Stadium. As the Gunter Tigers will come out, and the kickoff team comes out on the field. Cameron Hearn is the kicker for Gunter. He's booted a 43-yard field goal this year against Boyd, so he does have a leg. And he will be trying to bang this one away as back deep for the Bulldogs, Tyler Grisham, Winston Moss, and Brent Masters.
Cameron Hearn.
And everybody bunched together almost like they're going to fake the quail onside. Now they break out of the huddle, spread wide out. Now Hearn is a big guy. This is a very large kicker, 6'2", 230, and a senior. He's also the tight end on offense. Stands about 8 yards away from the ball, raises his hand, now runs towards the football, kicking towards the south end zone, and he booms it. It's going to go out of the end zone and hits the base of the goalpost, hits the E at the bottom of the Howe on the goalpost. So Howe will have the ball starting at their own 25-yard line, I believe is where they'll spot it these days. It's not the old 20 like it used to be. They're going to spot the ball at the 25. And that's, I got to remember, I've got a little back problem up here. I got to squat to write things down up here, and I don't want to. If anybody hears me screaming, you'll know why.
Right.
All right, 1st and 10 for Howe, moving right to left. Gunter jumps off sides, but they get back. Handoff, Jaden Matthews over the right guard for a couple of yards. And second down and about maybe 8.5 coming up.
Tackle made by number 8, Zach Lowe.
So we are underway with this classic district opener, Gunter and Howe. Again, Gunter in all white and the Bulldogs in all black. Easy to tell these two teams apart tonight as we're just underway. No score here in the first quarter. Howe about to run their second play of the night. Man in motion and getting the carries, coming across on the near side. That's Stratton Carroll. He'll be good for 2 or 3 yards. And that will set up a third down situation.
Tyler Rigsby and Zach Lowe made the stop for the Tigers. Boy, everybody looks good. Stands are full. Everybody's happy. A cool breeze out of the north.
Big crowd tonight.
Right.
Howe breaks the huddle, comes to the line of scrimmage. 3rd down and about 6. Wall, handoff. Carroll on the other side. He's met at the line of scrimmage. Not much doing there. Crosses the 30 to the 32-yard line. Gain of 2. But it's going to be 4th and 4.5, closer to 5 yards. And Howe's going to have to punt it away on their first possession of the night. And the Gunter Tigers looking to get the football back here pretty early.
Austin Gittens made the stop for the Tigers.
Nick Wilson back to punt this one away.
Back deep for Gunter is Jake Whitaker and Mason Mazio.
Short punt for Wilson as it'll go out of bounds at about midfield. That is just not a very good punt. Right around 15. Oh, that's going to be a 19-yard punt for Nick Wilson. Not what the doctor ordered there, as it kind of went off the side of his foot and angled backwards more. As he dropped the nose of the football a little bit too much on that punt. So 1st and 10 for Gunter at their own 46-yard line. There is 10:08 on the first quarter clock, and Gunter about to start with their first possession. And this is going to be throw out to the right side, and that's Jantz who makes the catch, and he'll go down at the 50, a gain of about 4 on first down. Now, Dylan Jantz, 5'8", 150 pounds. There's a flag down, as Stephen Braswell, our spotter, indicates, right at about the first down marker in Bulldog territory at the other 46-yard line. It's going to be a personal foul against Gunter. So wipe out that catch and run from Dylan Jantz. So let's tell you a little bit about Dylan Jantz. He's 5'8". He's 150 pounds, and he's a freshman, and he's probably the biggest playmaker they have on the field. Rarely do you have a freshman that is your biggest playmaker, but that is the case with the Gunter Tigers. So with the personal foul, they're going to bring this one all the way back to the 35-yard line.
Yeah. I think it was a block in the back by Jesse Harris that brought him back.
It must have been a spot foul. And it must have been right about the line of scrimmage. That seems about right. Shotgun formation for Trey Carr, the quarterback. 5'10", 170-pound junior. And he gets it on the gun. Wants to carry it. Tackled behind the line of scrimmage. Stump Matthews gets him about 2 or 3 yards deep. It's going to be another loss on the play. And Gunter starting out with a very, very long 2nd down and long situation, as this is not the start that the Gunter Tigers wanted.
Right.
3 on the play.
Ball spotted at the 32-yard line. Call it 3rd down, rather. 3rd and 18 for the Tigers.
Okay, I'm confused looking across at the boards.
Shotgun formation, man in motion. Carr wants it, and he's going to get it. Rolls out left side, wants to throw. Being chased out by Portman. He's going to have his feet taken out from under him, and I believe that was
Tanner Hartsfield.
Absolutely, a great play by Hartsfield, and we're going to trade punts here, I would imagine, as it's 4th down and a truckload for the Gunter Tigers, and I would imagine Mr. Hearns are going to drop back and punt this one away. 8:41 and no score here in the first quarter for either the Howe Bulldogs or the Gunter Tigers, and they're both trading punts here on their first possessions. And if you're a Howe fan, you would like a 19-yard punt from Mr. Hearn here to match Nick Wilson's 19-yarder he had. A bouncing snap. Hearn actually went to a knee, and they're going to call him down. He tried to pick it up, and he went to a knee. Howe's going to have the ball at the 17-yard line. He tried to pick up a rolling snap, and when he did, he went to his knee. So you're down immediately. He tried to pick it up and punt it away, but his knee hit the turf.
Yeah, that's one of them things you just don't, you're not thinking at the time. You're just trying to get the punt off.
It's one of those natural things that you do that you don't even realize that you're doing. Just trying to pick the ball up, and his knee hit. So Howe in great position right here to strike first blood. 1st and 10 from their Gunter Tiger 17-yard line. Handoff, Grisham And he's not going to gain. He might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage. We'll call it second down and 10.
Daniel Flores made a stop for the Tigers.
So no gain on that play. 8:05 and rolling here in the first quarter. No score between number 6 ranked Gunter and number 13 ranked Howe. Mr. Elvington bringing the play in for the Bulldogs. That is Landry Elvington, and he'll be the tight end on the near side. Moving towards that north end zone. Another carry by Grisham, breaks one tackle, but can't break the other two. But he does get inside the 15 to the 13-yard line. Again, go ahead.
Tyler Rigsby in on the stop.
Howe's going to face a 3rd and 6 here.
Number 24, Tyler Rigsby making the tackle.
And already a pretty crucial play. Seth Seabolt will bring the play in here. A big moment already. 7:14 and rolling here in the first quarter. Bulldogs up to the line of scrimmage. Jaden Matthews, the lone back, 2 slots. Man in motion, Stratton Carroll. He gets the carry, moving right side. Now cuts it up to the inside. He gains 2 yards. It's going to be 4th down. Maybe 3 yards.
Zach Lowe and Adam Chick in on the stop.
Gain of about 2 on the play. Brings up a
So here we go. You know, you got the riverboat gambling Zach Hudson on 4th down. He does not have a problem going for it at any point on 4th down. And it is 4th and 3. Ball spotted at the 10-yard line. He's got to get to the 7. Stump Matthews bringing the play into the game. When he comes in, he's normally the fullback, so it'll be a power set formation. Clay Marshall to the line of scrimmage. Now everybody comes up. Handoff. Left side, Tyler Grisham. He's got the first down and more. Kiss him goodbye. It is touchdown time in Texas. The Howe Bulldogs have struck first blood in District 5-3A against the Gunter Tigers and lead 6-0 with 6:14 left to go in the first quarter.
And again, the gambler come up with an ace. he always does, man. He just knows.
And now Honecker will come on for the PAT to try to make it a 7-point lead for Howe. It's on the tee. The kick is up. It looks good. And it is. Howe has a 7-point lead, 7-0 in the first quarter with 6:14 left to go. Haven't beaten Gunter here at Bulldog Stadium in 19 years. Trying to do it tonight.
The Howe Athletic Booster Club invites you to become a supporter of the Howe Bulldogs.
The type of kids we have, they're just hard workers and do anything you ask.
Memberships are $25 and will be available at all home games. All proceeds benefit high school and middle school athletic programs. Please join the Howe Athletic Booster Club in our efforts to support our hometown kids.
When people come here, you know, it's something they can be proud of.
The Howe Enterprise has served the hometown news since 1963. Since then, the Bulldogs have won 8 district, 8 by-district, 4 area championships, and 1 regional title. We've covered 14 different head coaches during that time. The Howe Enterprise has been with the Bulldogs for 52 years. We were there when the Pride of Howe won 3 band state championships. Look for each week's publication every Monday at howenterprise.com.
17-yard drive for the Howe Bulldogs. It took 2 minutes and 4 seconds off the clock. And you can directly give that score to the punter, Hearn, for Gunter, as here's the kickoff. It's going to be returned out to the 40-yard line by the Gunter Tigers. Up man Noah Williams. Actually, he's back deep. Came up to make that catch and brought it up to the 40, and that's where the Gunter Tigers will start their second drive. 6:12 on the clock here in this first quarter.
Tyler Grisham, sorry.
7-0 lead Howe.
Tyler Grisham and Seth Seabolt made the stop.
First and 10, moving left to right is Gunter. 3 receivers to the near side. Quarterback Carr wants it, looking right side. Now pumps, now throws deep down the right side, and nowhere close to his receiver. Matter of fact, the closest man there was Winston Moss, the safety. He was trying to look the way of his receiver, Mason Mazarol, but it falls incomplete. Bring up second down at 10 for the Gunter Tigers. I believe the PA might be a little bit loud out there.
I think.
Either that or my crowd mic may be a little bit too high. 2nd down and 10. Carr wants it. He's going to run around the left edge looking for a seam, and he's going to gain at least 5 yards and be stopped right there at the 45-yard line. 3rd and 5 coming up for the Tigers, needing to get just past the 50 to the 49-yard line in Howe territory to pick up a first down. They're going to need about 6 to do it here on 3rd down.
Levi Merzinski and Winston Moss in on the stop.
Mazzarolo is going to be split out wide to the right.
It's good to see Andrew Griffin back.
Carr looks left side, throws, caught, and enough for the first down inside Howe territory to about the 43-yard line.
Ty Portman and Zach Blevins in on the stop.
Zach Lowe makes the catch for the Gunter Tigers. So 1st and 10, left to right, Carr in shotgun formation. 1 man in the backfield, and he'll get the carry. No, Carr's going to keep it around the right side. He's got some room. Got a first down inside the 30 to the 25. Finally brought down at the 23 by Levi Mrozinski. Andrew Griffin also there.
Yeah, he used some quick feet there.
First down for the Tigers.
So 1st down after the scramble by Trey Carr, the quarterback. And the Tigers are on the move now. 2 receivers to the left. Man in motion from right to left. They've got it stacked over there. Handoff right up the middle. First carry of the night for Noah Williams, and he breaks free to the 10-yard line, and he gives Joel Minivar a ride for about 5 yards.
Yeah, that young man's not very big. 5'5", 150 pounds.
Well, they drug Minivar for the last 5 yards of that carry all the way down to the 10-yard line. First, and I guess it's goal. I don't see the stick, so 1st and goal right at the 10.
Yeah, man, quick feet this year.
2 receivers up top. Wanting to throw that way is Carr, and it's going to be incomplete, in and out of the hands of that's going to be Mazzarolo. And it'll be 2nd down and 10.
Tyler Grisham, Levi Mrozinski in on the coverage.
2nd down and goal for Gunter. As you were talking about the signs over there for Gunter, they have some interesting ways of calling the plays from their sidelines. Man in motion from right to left. Carr wanting it. He's going to run around the left side. He's got an opening, and he's going to be brought down at about the 5-yard line. So Gunter knocking on the door. 3rd and goal from the 5.
Keeps the ball for the Tigers. Stop shy of the goal line.
Joel Minivar in on the stop.
They're going to spot it inside the 5 at the 4-yard line. Gunter with some beef up front. 230 pounds, 240, 330, 180, 300, and 250 across that front offensive line. Huge boys.
That is a big offensive line.
Averaging 255. And a flag down before this one can get underway. It was going to be a handoff to Noah Williams, but it's going to be a false start against Gunter. Back it up. 3rd and goal from the, where's that going to be, the 9? They're going to spot it up. Should be about the 9-yard line.
Well, let's see what we do here. This Howe hold them here, then that'd be good.
Mazzarolo split out wide to the right, down here at the bottom. In the slot for Fuentes, and now another flag goes down.
We have a dead ball foul. Penalty flag thrown before the ball was snapped.
And another false start against Gunter, so
yeah,
they keep shooting themselves in the foot here.
This split out guy here, he keeps bobbing when he gets set. He drops down, trying to make somebody jump. And they're getting him every time. It's the same guy both times.
So now it's 3rd and goal from the 14. And here we go. Boy, this is going to hurt if the Gunter Tigers aren't able to get this in. They were down at the 5, or actually the 4. Carr rolling out right side, wanting to throw but pressured, and now throws it on the run, and it's intercepted at the goal line. Nick Wilson up to the 10 and out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Nick Wilson with another interception right over his head down at the corner at the bottom of the end zone. Picked it off with a pass right above his head. Took it out 13 yards. And the Gunter Tigers come up empty. And they have no one to blame but themselves right there on that possession.
Exactly. They shot themselves in the foot twice.
So another huge play by Nick Wilson. Another big interception, and Howe has the ball. They're going to spot it right at the 13. 3:11 left to go in the first. And this is going to be, well, I believe that was the quarterback keeper possibly.
Yeah, I was looking down myself.
Bulldogs were pretty quick to the line of scrimmage there. I was still writing 3:11 down on my score sheet. But not much doing. A gain of 1, so it'll be 2nd down and 9. Howe moving left or right to left rather.
Looked like the punter kickoff Cameron Hearn made the stop.
Flag is flying in towards the south end zone, right in the face of the Bulldogs. And this is going to be a keeper up the middle. Normally that's Jaden Matthews. We'll have to check who comes off the bottom of the pile. It is Matthews. A gain of maybe 1 or 2. 3rd down and long coming up for the Bulldogs.
Kay Mederick made the stop for the Tigers.
So 3rd, we'll call it 7 as we hit the 2-minute mark.
You know, this is going to be like this all night. I think it's just going to be back and forth.
Zach Blevins brings the play in. We still haven't seen Cooper Akins yet, as he is pretty electric running that reverse, but we haven't seen him yet. Stratton Carroll on the edge in the slot. He goes in motion. This is going to be a handoff coming near side, and Tyler Grisham is brought down. The Tigers read that one pretty well. It's a gain of 1. 4th and 5 coming up.
Zach Lowe made the stop for the Tigers.
And it'll be punt time for the Bulldogs. And Nick Wilson, with the great interception a moment ago, kind of covers up the 19-yard punt he had earlier on the first drive for the Bulldogs. And we'll see if Wilson can get a better punt here as standing back deep for Gunter at their own 45-yard line. And another low kick into the teeth of the wind, and that one again, that one's going to be, well, about a 15-yard punt.
Yeah, I think he got a low snap on that one. That was pretty low. Oh, it was over his head. I'm sorry. I saw him chasing it. I thought it was a low snap.
So Gunter is going to be in great position here with the ball at the Howe 34-yard line. 1:11 on the first quarter clock. Howe leading 7-0. Gunter here has shot themselves in the foot a couple of times. They had a chance to score a moment ago, but made their way down inside 1st and goal, but threw an interception. Trey Carr pumps, wants to throw left side, deep down the field, and overshoots his man. Is going to be incomplete. Levi Mrozinski in coverage on the wide receiver out there, Jake Whitaker, and it falls incomplete. 2nd down and 10 coming up. 1:04 left on the first quarter clock. 7-0 Howe in the lead.
You know, that boy, he's got a pretty good arm. He just kind of needs to. He's just overthrowing quite a bit.
Well, and he does have a hefty wind at his back too, and you don't know if he's making an adjustment for that or may need to make an adjustment. Whitaker split out wide to the right here at the near side. Moving left to right is Gunter in all white. Blue helmets, shotgun, handoff. And coming near side, that's Dylan Jantz, the freshman. He's got some moves, and he's got the 20, the 15, got the 10, got the 5, brought down right at the goal line. Nope, he's in. Touchdown, Gunter. So Jantz, their playmaker, gets the carry coming from the far side in motion. They hand off to him in motion. He makes a few guys miss on his way to a pretty long touchdown there, and with the PAT by Hearn, this game will be tied.
You know, that again, those quick feet, man. I hadn't seen so many quick feet in my life. This has been every team we've had has had a player like that.
And Hearn's PAT is very high, and it is good. We've got a tie ball game here in Howe, Texas, between the number 6 ranked Gunter Tigers and the number 13 ranked Howe Bulldogs. This is shaping up to be a great one. Back in a moment.
When it comes to Howe, Bill French Properties is 100% invested to the economic and residential growth for Howe. They also provide commercial and farm and ranch services. Bill French Properties provides buyer representation free of charge and provides every service from mortgages to credit repair to skilled craftsmen and inspections. Visit BillFrenchProperties.com or give him a call at 903-893-BILL. Bill French Properties, realtors that you can trust. Servicing Grayson and North Collin County.
I'm Micah Belden, and I will always be a Bulldog. I'm a proud 1998 graduate of Howe High School, and because of the great leadership from our teachers and coaches, I was able to become one of the few board-certified criminal law specialists in Texas. While I love the black and white, in trials, everything is not always that way. If you've been investigated, arrested, or charged with a crime in North Texas, you need to call me now for a free consultation. I'm Micah Belden, and I'm rough, tough, and I can't get enough.
Well, that drive went only 2 plays, 34 yards, took a total of 17 seconds off the clock. And again, you know, special teams playing a big factor in this game. It was the punt on the Gunter end that set up Howe's score, and now, you know, a couple of low line drive kicks by Howe gave Gunter great field position, especially on that one. Hearn's kick's going to be taken at the 5-yard line by Tyler Grisham, running around the right side. Escapes one swarm of tacklers. Now a flag's down, going to be at the 34-yard line. We'll have to check the flag. Grisham took a pretty good pop at the very end of that, but he seems to be fine and walking off. It's going to be 1st and 10 for Howe, but where after the penalty?
Mason Mazzello made the stop for the Tigers.
Well, it's going to be a holding call against Howe on the return. So instead of having the ball near the 30, it's going to be closer back inside the 20, I believe. And the official still walking inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. So Howe starts from their own 18 with 45 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Tied with Gunter 7-7 here at Bulldog Stadium. Not a real sense of urgency from the Bulldogs that we've seen in the non-district games as Seabolt brings the play in. And now they come to the line of scrimmage on 1st and 10, moving right to left. Wall on the reverse, handoff to Carroll, looking for a seam, and he's got maybe 3 yards up past the 20 to the 21-yard line. And now some extracurricular activity going on. Tanner Hartsfield, I believe, maybe actually Tyler Grisham, but it is Gunter's Cade Meyerdirk, who actually shoved one Bulldog, and I believe that was Grisham. So some tempers flaring here early, and we'll check the flag and see who that's going to go against. Personal foul against Gunter, and that's Mr. Meyerdirk. Cade Meyerdirk lost his cool, and now Housen going to be in pretty good position here with a first down, nearing midfield.
Yeah, it's a lot of tension. You know, it's going to be a good game. There's going to be lots of tension probably.
Ball spotted inside about the 36-yard line, still in Howe territory, moving right to left. But you know, you get in a game like this. 2 really good football teams. Now you're in district. Everything's for the marbles, and tempers start to flare a little bit.
Yes, they do.
Everybody comes to the line of scrimmage. Wall under center, man in motion. Stratton Carroll, he gets the toss, running to the right side. Lowers his shoulder, hits a man, and gains 1 yard. He is met at the line of scrimmage by Daniel Flores. The 5'7", 200-pound senior met him. Stratton Carroll tried to run over him, and it was one of those situations where immovable, what is that saying? Immovable force, or whatever that is. That's what happened.
They met each other pretty hard right there at that point.
That's going to be the end of the first quarter. It is what we expected. A great football game. Tie game 7-7. Back in a moment here at Bulldog Stadium.
Very football season, we will experience extreme heat followed by the changing of the leaves and finally feel the cold chill of the November rain. Life changes, and sometimes it changes too fast. When you lose a loved one, you need a place of comfort and trust. Scoggins Funeral Home and Crematory of Van Alstyne will provide you with that care. Tommy and Bobby K. Scoggins invite you to talk to their caring staff. They take pride in their responsibility to lighten your burden as you take the first steps towards healing.
Carrie's Coffee Company in historic downtown Van Alstyne, next to the post office, is a full-scale coffee house serving all organic hot coffee, iced coffee, lattes, frappes, and many non-coffee beverages and baked goods. Carrie's Coffee Company is located at Highway 5 and 121 on the square, next to the post office. Come visit Carrie's Coffee Company in downtown Van Alstyne. Open Monday through Friday, 5 a.m. to noon, and 7 a.m. on Saturdays. Carrie's Coffee Company is Texas quality.
God, guts, and game. That's the 3Gs and 3G brand. 3G brands, handcrafted American.
We're going to have to come back to that one as Bulldogs coming back on the field. 2nd down and 9. Moving left to right now. And Wall wants to throw on 1st down. Escapes. Runs out of the pocket and now brought down behind the line of scrimmage. Coach Dale West not happy. Says something to Brandon Wall. Begs and pleads at him to either please throw the football or something, throw it away or something. He'll take the sack, and that'll be a big loss back to the 25-yard line.
Noah Williams and Cade Farrell made the stop for the Tigers.
Tackle made was made by number 40, Cade Meyerdirt.
And to add insult to injury, it's going to be a personal foul against Howe. So that'll back them up even further.
I guess I missed that one. I'm sorry. I was looking down.
Ball placed on the 9-yard line. Repeat 2nd down. 14 yards.
Restart our audio real quick. Get back to action here. Apparently a lot of people with Verizon phones up here. This is going to be a handoff to the near side and some speed from Stratton Carroll as he crosses the 20 out to the 23-yard line. So the very, very long 3rd and about 30 is now going to be 4th down and about 25. About 25.
Francisco Figueroa tripped him up as he come out of the backfield.
So Howe backed up is going to have to punt here. And with the wind at his back, Wilson you would expect to get a hold of a pretty good one right here. As let me update the scoreboard. We are now in the 2nd quarter. And the punt is going to be a wobbly one. It's going to go out of bounds. And it's going to hit Ricky Ake at about the 46-yard line.
I almost blocked that punt.
So now Gunter will take over with good field position again. They're going to start at they're going to mark it at the 40. In a pretty good spot there, the Bulldogs are. They're going to spot it at the 47-yard line for Gunter at their own 47. There's 11:04 left to go here in the 2nd quarter. Just underway in the 2nd. Howe got it and had to punt it away. And here come the Gunter Tigers on 1st and 10, moving right to left. And now whistles will blow and before this one can get underway. A timeout's been called. At least official timeout's been called. They're going to check the spot, move it to the 47, and now here we go. 1st and 10, right to left. Trey Carr in motion, sends a man in motion, and now whistles will blow before this one can get underway. And this is going to be a false start against Gunter. So instead of 1st and 10, it's going to be 1st and 15.
Yeah, I think he's wide out. They're doing that little head bob before they take off when they go in motion, and it gets them every time. They're just trying to get that quick jump, and it gets them every time.
So 1st and 15 now. Trey Carr, shotgun, looks right, wants to throw, now flushed down to the pocket, dives forward for a few yards, and another flag down.
Quarterback Trey Carr keeps the ball.
I don't know what that one was.
I think another personal foul. Stephen Braswell thinks it might be a personal foul. The officials are talking about it at the 45-yard line. It's going to be against Gunter. And they're moving the ball back, so a holding call against Gunter. So a spot foul, which was in the backfield.
Also a personal foul called against the Bulldogs.
Oh, and a personal foul against the Bulldogs now. So they'll spot the ball basically at the original line of scrimmage at the 47-yard line.
Okay, that was a lot went on there.
So here we go. After all of that, it's 1st and 10 for Gunter at the original line of scrimmage, 47-yard line. 3 receivers at the bottom. And Trey Carr wants to run around the right side. And he's tripped up after about 2 or 3 yards right at midfield. They'll stop him just short of midfield.
Ty Portman made the stop.
Ty Portman making the stop.
And they'll, did I hear that? The echo? Ty Portman making the stop.
Yeah, Ty Portman. I'm trying to race him over here.
The nose of the football is touching the 50-yard line. 10:34 and rolling here in the second quarter, 7-7. Tie ball game. Handoff up the middle. One of the very few times we've seen that tonight. And getting the carry, Cade Leach. He'll gain maybe 1 or 2. It'll bring up a 3rd and 5 situation just inside Howe territory.
Joel Minivar.
Moving towards that north end zone.
Number 60, Joel Minivar making the tackle.
I guess Roger turned his mic down a little bit.
Yeah, it was pretty bad there earlier.
For a few minutes.
Maybe that's what was making our ears ring. Here's a pass and catch to Hearn, who has enough for the first down. The tight end ran right up the seam, and Carr drilled him for about 10 yards. He turned up like Jason Witten and gained about 3 more. He even wears the number 82. And for a high school size, he looks like the same type of size if you pare everybody else down. But
right. Levi Brzezinski made the stop, but yeah, it's he looked like a Jason Witten, doesn't he?
Well, that was a classic Jason Witten route, catch, and run. First down for Gunter at the Howe 35-yard line. Carr rolling out of the pocket, being chased down by Griffin and Helpenstell, and he's in trouble. Brought down behind the line. About a 3-yard loss as Helpenstell, Griffin were right there along with one other, I believe that was Nick Wilson. All 3 of them there to make that stop, bring up 2nd down and 14 coming up at the 9:18 mark here in the second quarter.
You know, this is back and forth, back and forth. It's going to be like this all night. You know, Gunter's going to run a little while. Howe's going to run a little while.
2nd down and 14. Man in motion. As Joel Minivar moved a little bit, but I believe he was brought off sides by Gunter. So Gunter is going to be caught for another false start. That's got to be 3 or 4 on them already in this football game, and there's 8:55 left to go in the second. It's not what you normally see from a team who's supposed to be ranked 6th in the state.
These big linemen, they're going to hurt whoever keeps jumping off sides.
Yeah. So here's a handoff. Actually, Carr's going to keep it around the left edge. He's got some room. Blevins misses the tackle, and now he's finally going to be brought down at the 30 by Levi Brzezinski. Blevins, I shouldn't say he missed the tackle. He didn't have a chance to make the tackle because Carr made a move on him and moved towards the inside. So instead of being 3rd and very, very, very long, it's going to be 3rd and about 6 for Gunter as they're at about Howe's 30. Well, they're going to call it the 30-yard line. It's in between the 30 and the 31. 3 receivers up top. And Carr wants to keep it again. Brought down in the backfield by Portman. A great play on the edge by Portman. It's going to bring up a 4th down situation for Gunter at the 33-yard line. 32-yard line, rather. So It's fourth down. This would shape up to be about a 50-yard field goal by Hearn, if in fact they would try to attempt that. Now he has a leg, but that's a long way for a high school kicker. And they're going to go for it on fourth and call it 7. Big play here for the Bulldogs. Carr drops back, 3 steps, looks left side, throws it incomplete. Threw it right over his receiver's head, and it went out of bounds. And Howe will take over at their own 33-yard line, 32-yard line with 7:15 left to go before the half.
You know, that's, again, one of them things, you know, Gunter shot themselves in the foot on penalties. You know, there's nobody to blame but themselves on that one.
It will be Bulldogs football.
So first and 10 for Howe, moving left to right now.
32-yard line.
You know, looking over this list, whoever's jumping off sides for Gunter, boy, them 330, 300-pound linemen, they're not going to be very happy with them if they don't stop.
And here's Wall sending Carroll in motion. Toss. And left side, and that's Jaden Matthews. He's got to sing. Look out, 50, 45, 40. It's a foot race to the 30, to the 20. You can kiss him goodbye. It is touchdown time in Texas. 68 yards for Jaden Matthews on the first play of the series. And Howe regains the lead, 13-7, awaiting this PAT with 7:04 left to go in the second quarter.
That was a good run by Jaden. That's good blocking by that offensive line. They opened that hole, and he said, hey, look what I found.
So here's Honecker on for the PAT. And we're going to have to reboot as there's a flag on this one.
Flag thrown before the play.
It's going to be against Howe. Oh, apparently Howe's called a timeout. We'll take one, too. Back in a moment.
Made. In fact, Howe-made blankets were rated by Horseback Magazine as one of the top 7 Christmas gifts in America. These blankets are in deer stands and stadium bleachers all over America, and they come right here from Howe, Texas. We're talking about hunting blankets, stadium blankets, and throws. Get that early black and white blanket just in time for the cold games in November. 3gbrand.com. God, guts, and game.
Calling all Bulldog fans to come down to the Sonic in Howe for half-price shakes after 8 and open until midnight. Home games only, where you get great food and big smiles. And a little message for all our Howe football players. Go, Bulldogs fight, Bulldogs win, win, win. Because it's not just good, it's Sonic good.
Two new businesses, Howe Mercantile and Texas Home Emporium, have joined downtown Howe at 107 and 109 East Haining Street. These two antique and gift shops offer vintage items that are rarely available in the Howe area. Their prices will definitely please shoppers. Come enjoy a unique shopping experience at Howe Mercantile and Texas Home Emporium. Go Dogs!
Well, you can hear the fight song. Just because the Howe Bulldogs have just nailed the PAT through, so Howe now regains the lead, 14-7 here in the second quarter. There is 7:04 on the clock. Jaden Matthews just ran a touchdown on a 68-yarder. First play of the drive. Bulldogs in pretty good shape as we come back. Sorry about the technical issues that we've having. I don't know whether it's a Verizon issue this year or what it may be, but we've had some issues this year. We've got to get straightened out. So 14-7, Howe in the lead with Gunter. And the pooch kick going to be called for by Noah Williams, and he's going to catch it at the 30, make his way up, and I believe the ball was on the turf. Maybe not. Maybe there's some extracurricular activity going on out there, but looks like Gunter's going to have the ball at the 37-yard line.
And Brent Masters tripped him up.
There is 6:58 on the clock. And Gunter has the ball at their own 37-yard line to start this drive with 6:58 left to go in the second. Again, some big offensive linemen for Gunter as they're setting up shop ready for 1st and 10 here. And this is going to be Carr running up the middle, gains a couple of yards. It'll be 2nd down and about 8 coming up. As the Tigers trying to get things going here.
Zach Blevins, Tristan Matthews, and Ty Portman in on the stop.
2nd down, and well, we'll call it. The scoreboard says 8. It's about 7.5. And there's going to be a carry for a couple of yards. That's going to be Noah Williams again. Actually, no, that's Cade Leach on the carry. And that brings up a 3rd and 4.5, maybe 5 for the Gunter Tigers. A big play here for Howe, who's come up with big plays on defense so far this evening. When they really needed a big play, so far they've been able to come up with it. Of course, the big interception by Nick Wilson down at the goal line. Here's a 3rd and 4.5. Trey Carr wants to roll out right side, still on the run, throws it, and it is going to be caught for a 1st down right at the midfield stripe. It's going to be a nice catch out there by his receiver, which is Jake Whitaker, the 5'10", 165-pound senior, and that'll move the sticks inside Howe territory at the 49-yard line.
You know, that's one thing about Gunter. They're not very big. They're not very tall. Not very many of them at all.
Yeah, but their offensive line is huge.
Yeah.
1st and 10, right to left goes Gunter, 5:26 on the clock. And Carr wants to keep it around the right edge. He's met at the line of scrimmage by Tanner Hartsfield. They'll give him a gain of 1, but he paid the price for a 1-yard gain as Hartsfield really popped him, took him to the woodshed, and it'll be 2nd down and 9.
But them big offensive linemen, those little guys, they get to just kind of run their own.
This has been an absolute classic thus far. 4:47 on the clock before the half. Trey Carr drops back a step, pumps left, now flushed down, throws it left, deep down the field for Dylan Jantz, and it's just incomplete. Overthrew him by maybe a half a step. Zach Blevins in coverage. It falls incomplete, and now it's 3rd down and 9. And another huge play coming up for the Gunter Tigers and the Howe Bulldog defense. This is a big play coming up.
Yes, it is. There's lots of extracurricular going on. It's hard to watch what happens downfield because you want to watch what's going on back here.
Here we go, 3rd down and 9. Shotgun for Carr. He's going to fake the hand and roll around the right side, trying to do it himself. He fights for yardage and somehow picks up the 1st down. A tremendous run by Trey Carr. And you know the Bulldogs, Jade Matthews always has that 2nd and 3rd effort. Well, Carr had that just at that moment, and they may have to pull the sticks here. It's going to be very close. I thought he had the 1st down, but they're going to pull the sticks and see. It's going to be 4th down and just like a chain link if he doesn't get it. And we'll see. The officials are clearing out both sides so that they can bring the sticks out.
You know, in that situation right there, Trey Carr is 5'10".
Oh, it's short.
Oh, it's short.
I can't see that far.
Yeah, he said short. Short, not
just 2 inches?
Yeah,
wait
maybe.
4 inches, 5 inches, something like that. 4:27 on the clock.
Trey Carr at 5'10", 175 pounds, was dragging Mike Heppenstall and Tanner Hartsfield, fighting for extra yardage.
So here is the play of the first half, possibly. It's going to be 4th down and 4 inches. And this is one of those things. Do you run shotgun really out of this? And you know they probably will because that's all they do. But it just seems kind of silly. You got 4 inches to go, and I'm sure they'll go back in shotgun formation. But they're not. Trey Carr's going under center here. Look out for the quarterback sneak. 4th and 4 inches. Carr dives forward. He has the first down. Easily, and he gains probably 2 inside the 40 to the 37-yard line.
First down.
Yeah, he followed big number 56. Carson Martinic, 6'6", 330-pound junior.
Yeah.
He followed him north.
Hey, if I had a 330-pound left guard, I'd follow him too.
That's the way to go, right?
Especially if he can move at all. And it appears that that offensive line can move pretty good. 1st and 10, man in motion, and Carr fakes it, flushed down in the pocket. Now going to be brought down by Stump Matthews. Andrew Griffin also there, along with Helpenstell. And a big loss on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 14 for Gunter coming up. 3:48 left to go before the half, trailing Howe 14-7. Dylan Jantz into the game. Look out, he's their freshman playmaker. He's going to split out wide to the near side. Wide to the left, over here at the very bottom. 2nd down and 14 coming up. Shotgun for Carr. Looks this way, runs this way, escapes one defender, cuts it up to the 35, trying to break an extra tackle. Zach Blevins brings him down along with Tanner Hartsfield. And that's going to be a gain of about 7, but it's still going to be 3rd and about 7.
Once again, Tanner Hartsfield.
3rd and 6, call it. Clock still rolling, 3:02, 3:01. 3rd and 6 coming up from the Howe 33-yard line. Split out wide to the near side is Pablo Jaramillo. And this is going to be Carr wanting to throw the football, trying to find his Jason Witten receiver, Hearn, but it falls incomplete. He threw it at his feet. Andrew Griffin was there in coverage, in really nice coverage, and now it'll be 4th down and 6. Clock stops with the incomplete pass at 2:42. And it appears that Gunter is taking all of their time with all of their signs. Now holding up all kinds of a mix of signs that has the St. Louis Cardinals, Oklahoma Sooners, Taco Bell, Texas Longhorn, Starbucks. They have all kinds of things on those signs over there.
Right.
I'd like to know what that is.
Right.
Carr looking left side, throwing across the middle, under, shoots his receiver. It falls incomplete, and Howe's going to have the football at their own 33-yard line with 2:38 left to go on the clock.
Yeah, it'd be kind of interesting to know what all those signs mean. Should we go ask them?
I wonder if they'll let you know.
I don't know.
Maybe after the game.
Yeah.
Still doubt it.
Yeah. Well, they got the OU, so we know how that's going to go tomorrow. Stephen Braswell back here just shaking his head. You know, he is our resident Texas fan.
Lonely Longhorn fans. 1st and 10, here we go from the 33-yard line. Man in motion, Stratton Carroll, and this is going to be a keeper, I believe, up the middle. Gain of maybe 2 by Brandon Wall. And again, this is about the same spot where Jaden Matthews went, 68 yards a moment ago. Right now, 65 yards away.
Austin Gittins and Daniel Flores made the stop for the Tigers.
2nd down and 8 coming up as we hit the 2-minute and 10-second mark. Left to right go the Bulldogs. Wall under center, sends a man in motion. Stratton Carroll gets the carry, coming near side, gets a block, and then finally someone from the far side comes over quickly and makes the tackle. And that's going to be the linebacker, Zach Lowe, who had great closing speed. He's 5'6", 180, and a sophomore, and he came out of nowhere to make the stop on that run by Stratton Carroll. And Carroll now checks out of the game. 3rd and 8 coming up for the Bulldogs. Clock now at 1:39, 1:38, taking their time. They don't want to give it back to Gunter with a lot of time on the clock.
No.
So Howe now taking their time. Third down. Clay Marshall comes to the line of scrimmage. Everybody else comes up. Brandon Wall under center. 1:25 to go. Handoff. Cooper Rakins left side. He's got some room and brought down at the 39-yard line. So it'll be 4th down and about 6.
Tyler Rigsby made the stop for the Tigers.
Timeout's been called by Gunter, and we will take one, too. Howe leads 14-7, $1:13 left to go before the half.
Abby's Restaurant is family owned and run. They have the cure for all your home cooking cravings. Chicken fried steak, loaded baked potato, bacon patty melt, grilled chicken salad, cheese fries, jalapeno stuffed peppers, and more. Don't forget to save room for that cheesecake and cobbler with ice cream. We know you're going to love the food and the service. Abby's Restaurant in downtown Howe. Give them a call, 903-487-8860. Abby's Restaurant.
Sweetie Pies in Van Alstyne is expanding their great fried pie menu and including vintage candies and boiling sodas made with real sugar cane. You can also order your Spirit Pops black and white candy popcorn. Want to try a slice of cake? You can do that too. It's the fried pies and cookies that's made Sweetie Pies a North Texas treat. Place an order anytime, 972-821-1508. Sweetie Pies is located facing the railroad tracks in downtown Van Alstyne.
It looks like, Monty, we may have added 3 seconds. The umpire called up here and added 3 seconds back to the clock.
Yeah, it was 1:13 for a moment, and now it is 1:16 on the clock.
Not real sure what went on. I just saw him raise held up 3 fingers. They added 3 seconds.
So Howe's going to punt this one away. And Nick Wilson stands inside his 30 at the 27-yard line. And this is a lot better kick, a low line drive kick, going to be taken out of bounds, caught out of bounds by Masroll. And that will give Gunter the ball at the 32-yard line, their own 32. And there's a minute 9 left to go before the half. And Howe leads 14-7. So interesting to see what Gunter can do here.
Yeah,
now remember, Gunter deferred. They're going to get the ball first in the second half. If they're able to score here, they'll have all the momentum going into the half and getting the ball coming out of the half.
Right.
So this is a huge series for the Gunter Tigers. As Hearn, the big tight end, split out wide to the near side. That's 6'2", 230 pounds of beef split out wide. This is going to be Jantz on the swing pass to the right side, brought down by Helpenstell, but not after a 6-yard gain, as Jantz is really shot out of a cannon when he gets the football in his hands. And that'll bring up second down and about 5 for Gunter as we're under a minute now, 51 and rolling.
Yeah, he's quick, and he catches that ball, he makes things happen.
And he is a freshman on the field here. And Carr looks that way, throws over to the right side. It's going to be caught for a first down, but did not get out of bounds. The clock will still move. As soon as they set the chains, the clock will start moving. Right now it's at 35. It'll be a first down for Gunter. Moving right to left towards the north end zone with the wind in their face, wanting to throw the football. Carr drops back 2 steps, looks right side, sacked, but thrown out of bounds. Carr somehow got rid of it before he went to the ground. I believe that was Portman, but they're going to call intentional grounding. Portman had him. I believe it was either Portman or Stump Matthews.
High border, Portman.
Portman had him.
It was Portman had him. It was going to be a huge sack. And on the way down, Carr had the wherewithal to throw it out of bounds, but it was too late at that point. Intentional grounding is the call. 25 seconds on the clock. And we'll have to check and make sure where the ball is going to be placed and what amount of time is on the clock. Right now, they're going to spot it at the 35-yard line. Second down, and we'll say about almost 20, about 18. 3 receivers near side. Carr is going to keep it around the right side, looking for some room. Stump Matthews brings him down after a 3-yard gain. And with 18 seconds on the clock, it's going to be third down and 15. We'll see what Gunter elects to do here. They are going to hurry up. 9, 8, 7. I don't think there's going to be another play. That's going to be it. And that, Howe Bulldog fans, is a classic first half of football. 14-7, Howe in the lead. We are at half. Back in a moment from Bulldog Stadium.
What is Cavender Home Theater? Do we only do those big fancy media rooms? Heck no. We started in 1978 installing TV antennas. Guess what? We still do and get over 40 Dallas channels that way for our customers. Along the way, we had requests to install speakers, mount TVs, or install dish, so now we do it all. From hooking up a TV with a soundbar to whole house audio with all the bells and whistles. Visit CavenderHT.com to see all we have to offer or call 903-892-3499.
The Howe Athletic Booster Club invites you to become a supporter of the Howe Bulldogs.
And the type of kids we have, they're just hard workers and do anything you ask. And
Memberships are $25 and will be available at all home games. All proceeds benefit high school and middle school athletic programs. Please join the Howe Athletic Booster Club in our efforts to support our hometown kids.
when people come here, you know, it's something they can be proud of.
When it comes to Howe, Bill French Properties is 100% invested to the economic and residential growth for Howe. They also provide commercial and farm and ranch services. Bill French Properties provides buyer representation free of charge and provides every service from mortgages to credit repair to skilled craftsmen and inspections. Visit BillFrenchProperties.com or give him a call at 903-893-BILL. Bill French Properties, realtors that you can trust. Servicing Grayson and North Collin County.
I'm Micah Belden, and I will always be a Bulldog. I'm a proud 1998 graduate of Howe High School, and because of the great leadership from our teachers and coaches, I was able to become one of the few board-certified criminal law specialists in Texas. While I love the black and white, in trials, everything is not always that way. If you've been investigated, arrested, or charged with a crime in North Texas, you need to call me now for a free consultation. I'm Micah Belden, and I'm rough, tough, and I can't get enough.
Welcome back to a very happy Bulldog Stadium where the Bulldogs are leading 14-7 at the half. Let's recap this first half for you real quick. The Gunter Tigers won the coin toss and elected to defer, so they're about to get the ball first here in the second half. Meanwhile, Howe took the ball first at their own 25-yard line and ended up having to punt on their first possession. It was a 19-yard punt, which I think actually was more like a 24 yards. I'll have to check that. I don't think that's right. I think it's about a 24-yard punt for Nick Wilson. Nonetheless, gave Gunter the ball at their own 46-yard line with 10:09 left to go in the first quarter. They had to punt. However, it was a bad snap that rolled back to Hearn, who tried to pick it up, and when he did, his knee touched the ground at the 17-yard line. So that gave Howe the ball at their own 17. Tyler Grisham eventually scored on a 10-yard touchdown that capped off that 17-yard drive, and it took only 2 minutes and 4 seconds off the clock, and Howe took the early 7-0 lead with 6:14 left to go in the first quarter. Gunter got the ball at their own 40, drove all the way down to a first and goal situation, and then had several false starts, shot themselves in the foot, and then facing a third and goal, a fourth and long goal, Nick Wilson picked off the pass at the goal line and ran it back to the 13-yard line, and that's where Howe took over on their next possession. And then eventually they had to punt again, and Nick Wilson, another kind of a bad punt, this one about a 14 or 19-yarder, that gave Gunter the ball back at the Howe 34-yard line. Now this resulted in points. It ended up with a 34-yard touchdown by Dylan Jantz. And that was a two-play, 34-yard drive. It took 17 seconds off the clock, tied the game at 7, with only 54 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Howe then got the ball at their 18-yard line and then had to punt. Gunter got the ball at the 47 and then gave it back to Howe. And then the Howe Bulldogs took it at their own 32, and immediately on that first play, Jaden Matthews went 68 yards. And Howe took the lead 14-7 with 7:04 left to go in the second quarter. And then we had a turnover on downs, a punt, and here we are at halftime. We're going to take a quick timeout. We'll be back in just a moment with more Howe Bulldog football.
And Riley West has drawn for the men, Bobby Potts. Bobby Potts.
Well.
And Bodie is drawing for the women, and she draws Teresa Otts. This ought to be interesting. Honaker is preparing to kick off to begin the second half for the Bulldogs.
Well, welcome to the second half. As Honaker prepares to boot this one away. It's a high pooch kick, going to be taken by Noah Williams at the 45-yard line.
Winston Moss and Seth Seabolt in on the stop.
So here we go, 1st and 10 for Gunter, moving left to right. As we are ready here in the second half. 11:53, we're just underway. And Gunter starts at their own 42-yard line. And Carr's going to bounce out of a helping still tackle and still lose 2 yards because of a nice play by Levi Mrzinski. And Gunter starts here at their own 42-yard line. And
it looked like he might have bobbled the snap a little bit.
So 2nd down and 11 after the 1-yard loss. My apologies to those who will be listening on the replay that we're not able to bring you the game in the second half. Here's a carry by Dylan Jantz.
Looks like
ball is handed off to number 5.
Looks like they may have run a wildcat. The quarterback was standing out here as a wide receiver. Ball went directly to Jantz.
We're going to try to got to get things ironed out before this. This is an awful time to lose a broadcast. It's just drives me insane. 3rd down and 9 coming up left to right. Gunter. And this will be Carr keeping it around the left side. Bounces out. He was going to have a first down if it weren't for Tanner Hartsfield, who drug him down right at the 50-yard line. So it's going to be 4th down and about 4 for Gunter right at the midfield stripe. We'll see what Gunter elects to do here. You would think normally and traditionally you would punt this one away, but you just never know in a game like this. They're going to go for it. 4th and 4. Sending a man wide out to the right. And flags are down before this one could get underway. Carter actually threw it, and it went out of bounds, but the officials stopped it. It's going to be another false start against Gunter. Bring it back. It's going to be 4th and 9. And now you got to think they got to punt it. I would imagine that they're going to have to elect to punt it here. They're not going to go for it on 4th and 9, you wouldn't imagine.
Yeah, that's another one of them where Gunter shoots themselves in the foot.
All night tonight. It's happened all night.
Jesse Harris jumped off sides.
So here's Hearn on to punt this one away. Tyler Grisham stands at his own 10-yard line, a high punt. Grisham will make the catch at the 10.
Flag on the play.
Running around the right side now, cutting it up to the near side, breaking a couple of tackles, and will gain his way out to about the 18-yard line, and Howe will take over there.
Looks like there's a flag on the play. Probably going to be roughing the kicker.
We will You'll have to give the description of the penalty there, Michael.
Yeah, it was roughing a kicker on Howe. Looked like Heppenstall come in right as he was punting the ball, just as he made contact. Mike, like he tripped a little and stumbled into him, and they got him for roughing the kicker. Marked off 15.
15-yard penalty marked off against the Bulldogs.
Puts the ball on the 40. The Gunter the ball, 1st and 10 on the 40.
That's very unfortunate, as Howe had the ball there. That's a very costly penalty.
And as you
Extremely.
can hear from the stands, I think the people here in the stands don't agree.
Well, 1st and 10 for Gunter at the 40-yard line. At the Howe 40. It's going to be a handoff. Dylan Jantz wants to throw it on the halfback pass. Throws it up. Nick Wilson right there. And it's bobbled and then falls incomplete. Wilson was right there to make the pick. And then the receiver turned into a defender, jumped over his back as he was going for the ball. That was Whitaker, and he basically knocked the ball up. It was bobbled a couple of times. 3 Bulldogs were there to have the chance to bring it down, but it falls incomplete. And now it's 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, that's a new play for Gunter. We hadn't seen that one tonight.
So here is Carr running around the right edge, looking for some room. Is going to be brought down by Hartsfield, along with Winston Moss, who makes the stop. And it'll bring up 3rd and about 6 for Gunter.
Winston Moss, number
as
11,
Whitaker comes up a little bit gimpy on the play.
An injury timeout.
And we will check the injury here. He's Ricky Yakes down there attending to him. We'll take a quick timeout. Back in a moment with more Howe Bulldog football action.
When it comes to Howe, Bill French Properties is 100% invested to the economic and residential growth for Howe. They also provide commercial and farm and ranch services. Bill French Properties provides buyer representation free of charge and provides every service from mortgages to credit repair to skilled craftsmen and inspections. Visit BillFrenchProperties.com or give him a call at 903-893-BILL. Bill French Properties, realtors that you can trust. Servicing Grayson and North Collin County.
I'm Micah Belden, and I will always be a Bulldog. I'm a proud 1998 graduate of Howe High School, and because of the great leadership from our teachers and coaches, I was able to become one of the few board-certified criminal law specialists in Texas. While I love the black and white, in trials, everything is not always that way. If you've been investigated, arrested, or charged with a crime in North Texas, you need to call me now for a free consultation. I'm Micah Belden, and I'm rough, tough, and I can't get enough.
In this very football season, we will experience extreme heat followed by the changing of the leaves and
Well, we're back as the injured player Whitaker was able to make his way off the field. So now it's 3rd, and we'll call it a short 7 for the Bulldogs. Or for the Tigers, rather, as Carr's going to roll around the left edge looking for a block, gets it. And he's not going to get enough for the first down, as it will be short by about 3 yards. It'll bring up 4th and 3. And if they were going to go for it at midfield, they might as well go for it here. It's going to be 4th and maybe closer to 4 here with 9:17 left to go in the 3rd quarter.
Joel Minivar and Tanner Hartsfield in on the stop for the Bulldogs.
Matt Griffin is into the game now defensively, anticipating short yardage on 4th down. In the backfield along with Carr is going to be Noah Williams standing to his left. He'll get the carry. No, Carr's going to keep it. Met by Hartsfield in the backfield, and I believe that's going to be enough to stop and turn over on downs. Hartsfield popped him. Carr tried to spin out of it, but he wasn't able to get enough for the first down, and Howe will take over at their own 33-yard line.
You know, we said this was going to be a test earlier in the broadcast, and it's a test for both teams. They're both working hard tonight.
8:48 left to go in the 3rd. 1st and 10, moving right to left. Matthews in the backfield. Carroll will split out wide. He goes in motion, handoff. Matthews coming near side. And not much doing there. Maybe back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be second down and 10.
Tyler Rigsby in on the stop for the Tigers. Hey, I think they're copying me over here.
Yeah, I heard an echo a couple of times tonight.
I think they got a cup up to the wall so they can hear what I'm saying.
Right. I think that cup. I'd like to see that over there.
You know, you got a glass.
Jonathan Coleman with the cup up to the
wall. Up to the wall, listening.
Second down and 10. Wall handoff to Tyler Grisham, who's met in the backfield, surges forward to the line of scrimmage, and all of a sudden the Gunter Tiger defense is surging up a little bit. It's third down and 9 as they tighten up a little bit, I guess is a better word. Hartsfield will come into the game now. It's third and 9, 7:50 left to go in the third. Needing a spark.
Yeah, just that little spark, whatever it takes.
Ty Harvey brings the play in. Clay Marshall to the line of scrimmage. Will snap it left-handed, and Wall's going to hand off to Stratton Carroll on the reverse. The ball's up in the air, and a scramble for it at the 35-yard line. The ball was popped way up in the air, and it's Gunter football. The Tigers have recovered. Carroll was running the reverse to the far side, and when you didn't see him anymore, all you could see was the ball pop up in the sky.
Yeah, Adam Chick recovered the ball for Gunter.
So it'll be first and 10 after the Carroll fumble. And Gunter has the ball at the Howe. 3-yard line. Carr running around the, that's Dylan Jantz. Look out, the freshman. He escapes a couple of defenders, still trying to spin, but it's going to be brought down and stopped at the 26-yard line.
Jacob Taylor and Andrew Griffin in on the stop.
Jacob Taylor, Andrew Griffin making the tackle.
Well, there you go. There's your
I'm telling you, they got a cup on the wall.
A cup on the wall. Second down and 2. Man, what a turn of events that was.
Yeah, it was. That's not the turn you wanted.
There's going to be Jantz getting the snap. He's got some speed down to the 15-yard line. A first down for Gunter. As Dylan Jantz, that young man is very, very quick, and you can see why he's on varsity as a freshman.
Griffin making the tackle.
They got
timeout. Howe will take 1-2. Back in a moment with more Howe Bulldog football.
Carrie's Coffee Company in historic downtown Van Alstyne, next to the post office, is a full-scale coffee house serving all organic hot coffee, iced coffee, lattes, frappes, and many non-coffee beverages and baked goods. Carrie's Coffee Company is located at Highway 5 and 121 on the square, next to the post office. Come visit Carrie's Coffee Company in downtown Van Alstyne. Open Monday through Friday, 5 a.m. to noon, and 7 a.m. on Saturdays. Carrie's Coffee Company is Texas quality.
God, Guts, and Game. That's the 3 Gs in 3G brand. 3G Brand's handcrafted American-made, in fact Howe-made blankets were rated by Horseback Magazine as one of the top 7 Christmas gifts in America. These blankets are in deer stands and stadium bleachers all over America, and they come right here from Howe, Texas. We're talking about hunting blankets, stadium blankets, and throws. Get that early black and white blanket just in time for the cold games in November. 3gbrand.com. God, Guts, and Game.
6:41 left to go in the third quarter. Howe on top 14-7, but Gunter driving right here. First and 10. This is going to be Jantz on the end around reverse. He's got some moves to the left, to the 5. Touchdown Gunter. Dylan Jantz, the freshman, scores.
Ty Portman had a shot at him in the backfield, and he just sidestepped him and kept going.
We'll call it a 15-yard touchdown by Jantz, his second of the night. And he is single-handedly keeping the Gunter Tigers into this football game. 6:32 left on the third quarter clock. And
looks like
this is going to be a fake PAT. Jantz throws it in, but Portman knocks it down. Denied. That would have been an interesting situation to try to go for it on a on a two-point conversion. But Portman with a great play denies the tie ball game, and Howe leads 14-13 in the third quarter.
Calling all Bulldog fans to come down to the Sonic and Howe for half-price shakes after 8 and open until midnight. Home games only, where you get great food and big smiles. And a little message for all our Howe football players. Go, Bulldogs fight, Bulldogs win, win, win. Because it's not just good, it's Sonic good.
Two new businesses, Howe Mercantile and Texas Home Emporium, have joined downtown Howe at 107 and 109 East Haney Street. These two antique and gift shops offer vintage items that are rarely available in the Howe area. Their prices will definitely please shoppers. Come enjoy a unique shopping experience at Howe Mercantile and Texas Home Emporium. Go Dogs!
Well, that could be very interesting.
Yes, it could.
As Howe maintains a 1-point lead. Boy, you can second guess that all you want. Here's Hearn on for the kickoff here at the 40, bangs it away. A very long kick, going to go in the end zone and bounce about halfway deep in the end zone. And the Bulldogs will have the ball at their own 25-yard line with 6:32.
Touchback. Bulldogs will take over the 25-yard line.
Knew something was up when Hearn didn't come out to kick the field goal. They had Mason Mazzaro. No, I'm not saying that right. I'm sorry. They had him back there lined up to kick the PAT.
Well, here comes Howe to the line of scrimmage from their own 25. This is going to be a handoff coming near side, and that is Tyler Grisham. He'll fight forward to
Number 25,
about the
Tyler
30-yard line. We'll call it a gain of 5.
Brought down by number 50, Francisco Figueroa.
Daniel Flores is well in on the stop. Hey, I'm going to start cheating off them. They beat me sometimes.
So Howe will have the ball at the 30-yard line. 2nd down and 5 coming up. Wall goes under center. Handoff. Not much doing there. Matt in the backfield, as you say. And a 3rd and long coming up.
Cade
Merrider in on the stop.
On the play, brings up 3rd down.
So 3rd and 6.5, 7 yards. You can hear the crowd. They're wanting to move the ball to win. You can hear them wanting to move that football. And the Bulldogs have faced a stingy defense tonight. They're tossing that right side of 1st down. And that's going to be Wall on the keeper around the right edge. We've seen Carr all night. He's kept it around the right edge all night. And now Wall does his best impression of Carr.
Zach Lowe made the stop for the Tigers.
So here we go. 1st down and 10, and a great play there by Carr. Ball at the 38-yard line. Coming near side. Cooper, that's Brent Masters brought down in the backfield. So that's going to be a loss.
Tyler Rigsby dropped him in the backfield.
24, Tyler Rigsby.
See, I'm telling you, there's a cup on the wall. Let's see here. Several close games in the district this season tonight.
So we've got 2nd down and 14 coming up for Howe. We've got Stratton Carroll, who's a little gimpy tonight, and now somebody jumps. The right guard over here moved just a little bit. Actually, that's going to be.
Before the snap.
Yeah, let me check and see. I think that was
Illegal motion.
Mason.
Start against the dog.
Mason Murray, I believe, who jumped off. Jumped a little early. And now it's a truckload. Second down and about 19 for the Bulldogs.
Looks like while we're waiting here just a second, we'll update that in a minute.
So here come the Bulldogs on second down and 19. Tyler Grisham split out wide left and twin set. Wall, hand off to Matthews on the draw and the delay. Look out, he's got the 50, 45, 40. It's a foot race. Jaden Matthews is going to win this race. Kiss him goodbye. It is touchdown time in Texas. 62 yards. Matthews again, 62 yards. And the Bulldogs up their lead, 20-13, awaiting the PAT.
And it all goes back to that misdirection. Everybody come left, and he went right. And
that was a great draw play.
It was perfect.
He just knew Wall was going to try to throw it out. They set up twins on the near side with Tyler Grisham split out. And here comes Honecker on for the PAT. Trying to up this lead to 8. Honecker's kick is up, and it is good. Howe leads 21-13 with 3:29 left to go in the third. Back in a moment with more Howe Bulldog football.
Abby's Restaurant is family owned and run. They have the cure for all your home cooking cravings. Chicken fried steak, loaded baked potato, bacon patty melt, grilled chicken salad, cheese fries, jalapeno stuffed peppers, and more. Don't forget to save room for that cheesecake and cobbler with ice cream. We know you're going to love the food and the service. Abby's Restaurant in downtown Howe. Give them a call, 903-487-8860. Abby's Restaurant. Sweetie Pies in Van Alstyne is expanding their great fried pie menu and including vintage candies and boiling sodas made with real sugar cane. You can also order your Spirit Pops black and white candy popcorn. Want to try a slice of cake? You can do that too. It's the fried pies and cookies that's made Sweetie Pies a North Texas treat. Place an order anytime, 972-821-1508. Sweetie Pies is located facing the railroad tracks in downtown Van Alstyne.
Well, the Bulldogs looking pretty good here in the third quarter. 3:29 left to go in the third. Just up their score, 21-13. Jaden Matthews on a 62-yard touchdown run from the right to the left towards that north end zone. And Honecker is going to pooch this one away, and Noah Williams is going to take it at the 25-yard line. Coming up the left side, he's got some room. Look out. He's got midfield, 45, drug down at the Howe 40-yard line. So great shape for Gunter as they're already in Bulldog territory at the 40. And there's 3:19 on the clock as they set up shop.
Seth Seabolt made the stop for the Bulldogs. While we're waiting on Gunter, Leonard on top of Whitewright, 13-0. Tom Bean over S&S, 7-0.
First and 10, left to right. Carr, shotgun formation, sends Jansen motion. They don't give it to him this time, but they do give it to the first man through, and he spins out of a tackle and has a first down inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. And that first man through was Noah Williams, 5'5", 150 junior, and he actually got enough for the first. They'll move the sticks.
Tanner Hartsfield, Levi Merzinski in on the stop. And I'm sorry, S&S over Tom Bean, 7-0.
First down and 10 at the 29-yard line. And Howe jumped off sides. We'll see if they were drawn off, and they were. Gunter jumped off sides again. Now asking Stephen Braswell, how many do you think this is for the Gunter Tigers so far in this game? He says Mr. Braswell says that's at least 5 for the right guard, Jesse Harris, alone.
Yeah, he's the guy that keeps jumping off.
5-yard penalty marked off.
You know, that's a big guy jumping off there. 6'4", 300-pound senior.
So here we are, 1st and 15, under the 3-minute mark in the third. The Howe Bulldogs, ranked 13th in the state, are leading Gunter, who's ranked 6th, 21-13. Man in motion is Jantz. They're going to hand it to him this side, coming near side. He's got a seam to the 30. Look out, 25. He's to the 20, to the 15, and finally brought down at the 10-yard line by Levi Rosinski. But Jantz can really scoot, and he gets up a little gimpy. Oh, taking a while to get up. Something wrong with his left foot as he's going to run off the side.
There's a flag on the.
He may have a cramp. I'm not real sure.
Well, he leaves the field, and that's huge for Gunter. There must have been a flag on the play.
I don't see it, but I don't.
They are moving the ball back, so it must have been a holding call. Jantz made his way to the 10. It must have been a spot foul holding call. They're going to spot the ball at the 28-yard line. A huge penalty against Gunter, and they have shot themselves in the foot all night long, just over and over and over and over. So now, 1st down and 9. And Jantz is out of the game. And whistles blow again. This is going to be an official timeout. They're going to talk about something, maybe the spot of the ball. The line judge, Scott Whaley, wanted to talk to the referee about something there. And that referee is Jim Kane. So 1st down and 9. Here we go. Carr is going to hand off to Noah. Now coming on the near reverse on this near side is the Gunter halfback. And coming across is Colston Stovall. And that'll be enough to move the sticks. It'll be a 1st down for Gunter on a little razzle-dazzle trickery there, but it didn't completely fool the Bulldogs as they were able to make the stop just past the 1st down marker. But it will be another 1st down for Gunter at the 15-yard line.
Tanner Hartsfield made the stop for the Bulldogs.
Carr hands it off up the middle, brought down almost immediately by Jacob Taylor, and that's going to be Noah Williams on the carry. A loss of 1 on the play brings up 2nd down and 11.
Yeah, that's a big loss for Gunter if Jantz doesn't come back.
1:28 on the clock. This is Carr keeping it around left guard. He found an opening, found his way down to the 1-yard line. Did he get in? No indication yet.
They're signaling a touchdown on the east side.
And now a touchdown for Gunter. So Carr all night, Trey Carr has ran the ball around right guard or just got behind his big offensive lineman and found a seam, and he did right there over left guard. And now Gunter, we'll see what they do. I'm sure they're going to go for 2 here, down 21-19. That's a 15-yard touchdown for Carr. And we'll see what happens here on the PAT. They're going to go for 2. As Carr's in shotgun, rolls out right side, wants to throw. Now throw backside, brought down by Jacob Taylor, and he threw the ball as he was being brought down. He was out of the pocket, no play, no penalty. And Howe maintains a 21-19 lead with 1:20 left to go in the third.
In these days of fast-paced lives and fast-talking salespeople, it's nice to know you can still count on your local dish retailer, Cavender Home Theater, with folks right here in your area to tell you the honest truth. Dish simply costs less for the very same channels. For your home or business, Dish and Cavender's has it at a reasonable price with old-fashioned service. Call Cavender Home Theater at 903-892-3499 today and experience an expert who's happy to answer all your questions. Or go to CavenderTV.com. Do it now.
The Howe Athletic Booster Club invites you to become a supporter of the Howe Bulldogs.
The type of kids we have, they're just hard workers and do anything you ask.
Memberships are $25 and will be available at all home games. All proceeds benefit high school and middle school athletic programs. Please join the Howe Athletic Booster Club in our efforts to support our hometown kids.
When people come here, you know, it's something they can be proud of.
The
21-19. Bulldogs maintain the lead, even though Gunter just scored on a 15-yard touchdown by Trey Carr. And Hearn will boom this one away, as he has so many times in this game. And this one no different. This one's going to go about halfway deep in the end zone, and it goes all the way out of the end zone. Bounces at about the back line.
You know, I'm not real sure he could make that 50-yard field goal.
Yeah, I mean, a good snap and hold, and he might could. That's a
leg.
That's a long way right there. Now, that's 70 yards in the air. Is that right? 70 yards in the air on that kickoff.
It looks like Jantz is over on the sideline, may have his helmet off. He's still nursing that leg.
So 1st and 10, right to left. The Bulldogs are under center. And hand it off to the near side. Coming up the middle, Tyler Grisham will gain 3 yards. Up to about the 27-yard line.
Daniel Flores made the stop.
Initial tackle made by number 8, Zach Lowe.
Second down and 6 coming up for the Bulldogs.
Still looks like we still got that good breeze out there.
Well, I tell you what, this has been one of those games where it seems like it's taking forever.
It is.
And I don't know why, but
it's a battle.
This is a battle. Brent Masters coming near side. He's got some room for a moment, brought down right at the first down marker. He's going to have it. Enough for the first down. Good for about 7 yards on the carry. He'll bring up first down at the
Austin Giddens and Jake Whitaker in on the stop.
Howe 37-yard line. .29 seconds on the third quarter clock, and that's going to do it for the third quarter. Howe leading 21-19. They're wanting some more.
The Howe Enterprise has served the hometown news since 1963. Since then, the Bulldogs have won 8 district, 8 by-district, 4 area championships, and 1 regional title. We've covered 14 different head coaches during that time. The Howe Enterprise has been with the Bulldogs for 52 years. We were there when the Pride of Howe won 3 band state championships. Look for each week's publication every Monday at howeenterprise.com. When it comes to Howe, Bill French Properties is 100% invested to the economic and residential growth for Howe. They also provide commercial and farm and ranch services. Bill French Properties provides buyer representation free of charge and provides every service from mortgages to credit repair to skilled craftsmen and inspections. Visit BillFrenchProperties.com or give him a call at 903-893-BILL. Bill French Properties, realtors that you can trust. Servicing Grayson and North Collin County.
Well, the Bulldogs are going to face a 1st and 10 here in just a moment when they come back on the field. And it's going to be Bulldog time in Texas here in the 4th quarter.
An update
it is
on
Bulldog quarter.
Leonard 13, Whitewright 0.
You can hear that score. Leonard 13, Whitewright 0. You would probably think that might be a higher score by Leonard if you just, you would think. But you never know. You never know what's happened over there in that game. Maybe a couple of turnovers by Leonard. Here's Wall wanting to run it out the right side, looking for a block from Matthews. Gets one, up to the 40. Bangs a man down at the 45-yard line. A great run by Brandon Wall. He gets a big head slap by Coach Zach Hudson, as that was very impressive.
Daniel Flores in on the stop for Gunter. And Edgar Fuentes. I was close. I said it right. Gilmer Melissa, 60-0.
Wow.
Yeah, that one's bad. Farmersville Pottsboro, 52-0.
After the first down run by Wall, here's another first down. Tyler Grisham gets the carry. And that's going to barely get back to the line of scrimmage. Clay Marshall lost his helmet on the play. And do you have to check out?
Yes, sir.
Well, he's the center, so who's going to come in to snap the football?
Tackle made by number 32.
Mike Heppenstall.
Yep, yeah, I guess you're right there. Helpenstiel will come in to snap the football on this one play. 2nd down and 10. Landry Elvington bringing in the play.
Austin Gittens was also in on that stop. Thank you, Stephen.
Wall under center, and he's going to keep it. And he's got a little bit of room as he just basically runs the quarterback sneak and gains 6 yards. It'll be 3rd and 4 coming up for the Bulldogs. And again, Howe hasn't beaten Gunter in 11 straight tries and lead here by 2 points in the 4th quarter with 11 minutes to go.
Yeah, this has been the battle that we said it would be.
It's a nail biter for sure.
Who wants it more is what we're looking at now.
And Masters wants it right here. He's going to be met at the line of scrimmage. If he even got to the line of scrimmage, I don't think he did. It's going to be a loss. So here we go. 4th down and 6. And Zach Hudson's going to punt this one away.
Adam Chick and Austin Gittens in on the stop for the Tigers. So, do you punt?
Oh, yeah, you're going to punt right here. Nick Wilson will stand at his own 40-yard line. And a high snap brings it down, punts it. A low line drive kick going to be taken out of bounds again at the 17-yard line.
Number 21.
And that's going to be Mason Mazzarole on the return of 0 yards as he caught it out of bounds. Jacob Taylor was right there to hit him. It wasn't a late hit because he caught it out of bounds, so it's really hard to judge that. But, you know, this is a big defensive stand right here for Howe. They're going to need to seriously strap them on with 10:05 left to go in the game. Leading by 2, Gunter has the ball at their own 17-yard line. And this is going to be Carr running around the right edge, looking to pick up some room around that right side. Has the first down with about an 11-yard run.
And we got a flag down. Far side.
Hartfield, number 70, making the stop.
Hartsfield running down to make the stop, but this penalty is going to be against Gunter again.
Looks like holding.
I hate to say it, but you know, if Gunter didn't shoot themselves in the foot all night, they wouldn't be trailing in this football game, to my assessment.
Right.
Replay first down.
So it'll be 1st and about 12 for the Tigers. 9:56 left to go. Mazzarole will split out wide to the near side. Again, Gunter moving right to left. Carr in shotgun formation. One receiver up top. This is going to be the keeper around the right edge. He's got a little bit of room, dives forward, and will gain about 10 yards, but still 2 yards short of the first down.
Number 12, Trey Carr.
Tanner Hartsfield, I think, made the stop.
Well, they jumped.
Winston Moss.
I think he jumped over Moss. I mean, he'll get credit for the tackle, but I think he just kind of dove at him and jumped over him. But nonetheless, it'll bring up 2nd down and about 4 for Gunter. And, boy, that Bulldog defense needs to tighten up right here. This is going to be Carr again, and he'll gain enough for the first down. And this is what you fear, is that they chew up the entire 4th quarter and punch it in at the end and leave the Bulldogs no time.
Hunter Morrow made the stop. Looking across, Monty, looks like Jantz may be done for the night. He's got his helmet off.
Boy, that's a big loss.
Well, I say that. As I say that, he puts his helmet back on.
Stop saying stuff.
Okay, I'm sorry. He looked like he was done. He had a towel on.
Hey, guess what? Guess what?
Oh, penalty.
Penalty on Gunter.
Wow.
False start. Unbelievable.
The procedure was to call against the Tigers.
2nd down and 9 coming up now. So the Tigers coming to the line of scrimmage. 2nd down and 9. 9:04 on the clock. Carr wanting to throw right side. Fires it out for his man and it's caught, but immediately brought down by Winston Moss. But it was caught by Tyler Rigsby out of the backfield. And it'll bring up 3rd and 4 for Gunter. So another huge play for the Tigers and for that Bulldog defense, needing to come up big right here. This is not 4-down territory for the Tigers by the stretch of any imagination inside their own 25 at the 23-yard line. If they get them right here, if the Bulldogs can hold, they'll get the football back. Carr throws left side, incomplete, trying to hit Mazarol. Levi Mrazinski picks the ball up off the turf, holds it up, and the Howe Bulldogs are going to have a chance to get the football back here as Gunter's going to punt it from their own 23. Hearn will stand inside the 15, now strolls back to the 10. He will punt it away from the 10, and officials are stop and play right here. Looks like Howe's called a timeout. I believe that is right. Is that the call? The officials are talking about it. Zach Hudson's telling the Bulldogs to stay on the field. So it might have been an official timeout, not a Howe timeout. And now something about the clock. They want... there's 8:01 on the clock right now. And they need 8:15 on the clock. So they're about to put 4 more seconds on the clock. There it is, 8:15 on the clock. And Hearn will stand to punt this one away from his own 10. Tyler Grisham will stand at his own 40. It's a high wobbly kick, going to bounce just about the 50-yard line. Take a good Tiger roll inside the 40 to the 34-yard line. And that's where Howe will start.
All right.
So
the battle continues.
Man, defensive, it's been a defensive battle. It's been a lot of punts in this football game.
Lots of punts, lots of penalties.
Lots of penalties, especially by that Gunter offensive line.
Yeah, it's just the excitement of the game, I'm sure, but, that's something you got to work on. You can't have those and be successful week after week.
Boy, not in district. You got to be over that by district, I would think. And here's Howe, 1st and 10, left to right, sends a man in motion, and Masters gets the carry. And he bounces out of 1 tackle, bounces out of 2 tackles. Hard to go down, and he gets the 1st down after an 11-yard carry. A great run by Masters.
1st down.
Edgar Fuentes and Adam Cheek made the stop.
Ball will be spotted inside the 40, in between the 44 and 45-yard line. Howe still on their side of the field. Trying to get to the midfield stripe and more. Landry Elvington brings the play in. 7:43 on the clock. Howe would like to just completely take the entire clock off the 4th quarter and score here. Handoff, Grisham. Good for 3 yards, good for 5 yards to the 50-yard line.
Number 25.
I thought he was down back here with this big pile.
Oh, I did too.
I didn't see him pop out.
Grisham, a gain of 5, will bring up 2nd down and 5. He came in tonight with 517 yards and 7 touchdowns. And that's an average of 10.7 yards per carry for Grisham coming into tonight.
Austin Gittens made the stop for the Tigers.
Ty Harvey will bring the play in. Marshall back into the game at center. Only missed 1 play. 2nd down and 5. Wall, handoff, Masters on the far side. He squirts for maybe about a yard.
Brent Masters. Gain of a yard.
3rd and 4 coming up, and this is a big one right here. This play is humongous.
Zach Lowe made the stop.
You'd like to get 4 yards here and not put Zach Hudson in the situation of having to be riverboat gambler at this part of the field.
Carson Martinek checked in for Austin Giddings for the Tigers.
Boy, this is a huge play here. 6:20 on the clock. Man in motion is Masters. Handoff, Tyler Grisham left side, and he is going to be a yard short of the 1st down, maybe 2. He'll gain a yard and a half and be a yard and a half short. So here we go, the Riverboat Gambler. What are we going to do on 4th and 2, just inside Gunter territory? Wow, what a decision here.
My bet is we pull aces.
It apparently they're going to go for it. Here comes Stump Matthews into the game. 4th and 2, and here's your ball game. Here's a huge point in the ball game. I mean, this is huge.
Right.
Very critical right here. 4th and 2. Handoff. Grisham up the middle. Did he get forward? Did he get forward? It is enough for the first down. The Riverboat Gambler comes up with aces again.
That's perfect. He carries them in his pocket.
Man.
That's awesome.
Man alive. And now 5:23 on the clock. And at this point, you just got to work the clock. And Zach Hudson is just about as good as anybody at working a clock.
3 years ago, 4 years ago, we'd have punted.
1st and 10 right here. Wall under center. And now whistles flag before this one can get underway. And
the line judge threw a flag.
Dead ball foul.
Oh, that's going to be against Howe. So instead of 1st and 10, it's going to be 1st and 15. And the bad thing about that is it stops the clock.
Yep.
4:58 on the clock. That could be a tremendously huge penalty against Howe. And now the clock will start back up. But for a moment there, the clock stopped, and it just can kind of take momentum away from what they want to do. It's 1st and 15. 4:44 and rolling. 4th quarter, Howe leading 21-19. Wall, handoff, first man through, Matthews. And he'll gain about 3, maybe 4, up to the 46-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 11 coming up. And when Howe snaps the ball, it's going to be at about the 3-minute and 50-second mark.
Francisco Figueroa made the stop.
That's a third baseman.
That is. Here comes the Stump.
Stump Matthews checking in on 2nd down and 11. 4:07 on the clock. 4:06. Marshall walks to the line of scrimmage. 3:59. Wall under center. Wants to run it outside and now caught, bottled up inside. It's going to be 3rd down and 9.
Daniel Flores made the initial contact, and Zach Lowe come in and finished it off.
Yeah, I tell you what, this is setting up to be quite a finish. Because it appears if everything still goes the way it's looking it's going to go, Gunter's going to get the football back.
Right.
And what a finish that will be, one way or the other. 3rd and 9 coming up. 3:22 on the clock. Everybody tight. Wall, handoff. Brent Masters looking on the far side. Is stopped and bottled up at the line of scrimmage. It's going to be 4th and 9. And now, timeout's been called.
No gain on the play.
Daniel Flores made the stop for the Tigers.
Timeout has been called. We will take 1-2. Howe leading 21-19. Back in a moment.
I'm Micah Belden, and I will always be a Bulldog. I'm a proud 1998 graduate of Howe High School, and because of the great leadership from our teachers and coaches, I was able to become one of the few board-certified criminal law specialists in Texas. While I love the black and white, in trials, everything is not always that way. If you've been investigated, arrested, or charged with a crime in North Texas, you need to call me now for a free consultation. I'm Micah Belden, and I'm rough, tough, and I can't get enough.
In this very football season, we will experience extreme heat followed by the changing of the leaves and finally feel the cold chill of the November rain. Life changes, and sometimes it changes too fast. When you lose a loved one, you need a place of comfort and trust. Scoggins Funeral Home and Crematory of Van Alstyne will provide you with that care. Tommy and Bobby K. Scoggins invite you to talk to their caring staff. They take pride in their responsibility to lighten your burden as you take the first steps towards healing.
Nick Wilson punts this one away, and it's going to pin Gunter very deep at their own 15-yard line. Woo, here we go. I would strap on your seatbelts.
Yeah, this one's going to get a little hairy.
There's 3:04 left to go.
You know, that's a defense right there that can stop it. And these boys have done exactly that. They've stopped it all night long. So let's keep it up.
Here we go. Put on your seatbelt. It's going to be a wild ride. Carr rolling out right side, wants to throw the football, being chased down by Taylor, misses the tackle, and Carr runs for about 9 yards. The Gunter crowd wants a late hit on the far sideline. There is no flag. The Gunter coaches are extremely upset, wanting that late flag, but they do not get it. However, Carr runs for 9 yards. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 1.
Well, Trey Carr carrying the ball. Close to the first down marker. Brings up 2nd down.
2:52 on the clock. Carr got out of bounds, so the clock stops. 3 receivers near side. He wants to run to the right side. He has the first down, dives over the 30-yard line, and the line of scrimmage is going to be right at the 30. Clock now rolling, 2:44.
Number 3 on the tackle.
Sticks moving along with the clock. 2:41.
This is going to be the barn burner.
3 receivers near side. Carr rolls out this way. Jacob Taylor has him in the backfield. A huge loss and a great sack by Jacob Taylor inside the 20 to the 19-yard line.
What a job, Jacob Taylor. Good job, good job.
A timeout has been called by Gunter. We will keep it right here. What an incredible play by Taylor on the blitz from his linebacker position. And what a tremendous spot in this football game, as right now the clock is at 2:28. Howe has a 2-point lead, 21-19. And this raucous crowd here at Bulldog Stadium is turning up the volume, as they've not beaten the Gunter Tigers here at Bulldog Stadium in 19 years.
They went from 2nd and 1, or 1st and 1, 2nd and 1 to 2nd and 20. He lost, 19 yards on that? Wow, what a play, what a play.
That was a 9-yard loss. It was a 1st and 10 play, but it was a 9-yard sack. A 10-yard sack.
They got him to 2nd and 20.
So a 10-yard loss on the play. And here's a man in motion. In a bad snap, Carr has to fall on it. The snap rolled to him at the 15-yard line in shotgun formation. He has to just fall on the football. The clock rolls, 2:17, 2:16. It's 3rd down and very, very long. And the Bulldogs are setting up in great shape to win this football game with 2 minutes left to go. Big play right here. 3rd and 25. Carr rolls out, wants to throw on the run, and it is incomplete. 4th down coming up. Clock stops at 1:53, and this is the last hurrah for the Gunter Tigers.
Defensively making the play.
Number 13 in the state, trying to knock out number 3 in the state right here in the opening round of District 5 3A.
And I believe, Monty, they're going to go for it.
Well, you have to at this point. This is your ball game. Trey Carr, shotgun formation, drops back 3 steps under pressure by Griffin, throws it deep down the right side, and Nick Wilson had it for a moment, and it falls incomplete, which is a great field position situation as the Bulldogs are going to take over. With 1:45 left to go in this game, and the Bulldogs are going nuts on the field. They're going to take down the Gunter Tigers. The Bulldogs are going to end an 11-game losing streak versus Gunter, and it's been 19 years since they've beat Gunter here at Bulldog Stadium, and that all will end tonight. The victory formation. Brandon Wall takes a knee.
Quarterback Brandon Wall takes a knee on the victory formation.
A timeout has been called. And we'll keep it right here.
19 years. So it's been 19 years since they've.
19 years since Howe's beaten Gunter on this field.
Well, that's ironic that it's 21 to 19.
19.
19 has been their magic number. Well, 19 ends their magic tonight.
Wow. What a finish. And I'm not going to turn on the victory light just yet until this one is in the books.
Yeah, this is.
We're not going to turn that thing on and then have to turn it off. That's not going to happen. It doesn't work that way. We're not going to do it.
This has been a ball game and a half.
Woo-wee. So Howe will officially face the 2nd down and 12 here. Victory formation again. Wall takes a knee.
Once again, Brandon Wall taking the knee.
1:34 and rolling here. And it's 3rd and 14. One minute and 20 delicious seconds for the Howe Bulldogs.
Fantastic job, fellas. Good job. Good game.
I was talking to Tyler Grisham's father, Jason Grisham, before the game. Asked him how he was feeling, and he said a little bit nervous.
You know, Tyler's played a well of a game tonight.
3rd down with 56 seconds on the clock, and now with 52 seconds, Wall will take another knee. And now it's 4th down and about 15.
But you know, Tyler Grisham, Jaden Matthews, Brent Masters, they can't make those plays without those 5 up front. That offensive line does a fantastic job. Congratulations, fellas.
Howe's going to call a timeout here with the clock rolling all the way down to 1 second on the play clock, which is about 9 seconds on the clock. So we'll see when the official clock stops. And with 9 seconds left, Howe's called a timeout. And it's 4th down.
9 seconds left. Now, who has aces in their pocket?
Now, Howe's going to have to run a play here.
You know,
Stephen Braswell says, hey, you could turn around and run the other way. It'll take you 9 seconds to run all the way down to the goal line.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're not a stat team like Zach Hudson said, hey, we're not, I don't care if we get 200 yards rushing or 100 yards or 300. Well, hey, if you want to take 70 yards off of your total stats, turn around and run out the clock.
What do you think the people in the stands would do?
I don't know.
That would be interesting, wouldn't it?
That would be very, very interesting. All right, so they're just going to kill it right here. So 4th down, victory formation. Wall is going to run around. He's going to try to kill the clock, running backwards, and now finally goes down with 4 seconds, 3 seconds on the clock. So Gunter's going to get 1 snap. That's why you don't turn the victory light on until it's over.
Gunter takes over now on downs.
So, man, I tell you what, you better strap them on right here.
They put the clock at 4.
Yeah, I would imagine. And this is where Gunter really needs Dylan Jantz.
Yes, they do.
They could run a swing pass to Jantz, a little middle screen to him, and that young man could fly. But he is not on the field. The freshman Jantz speedster is not on the field. Here we go. This is your ball game. And now a timeout's been called. Howe's taking a timeout. They want to talk about it. Zach Hudson saw what they lined up in, what kind of formation, and now he wants to tell his defense what to do against that formation. Now, what will happen is probably Gunter will come out in something different, and they'll run a different formation. And they'll either force Howe to call another timeout. And we can see, Ty Portman coming on the field, but he's a little bit gimpy. He comes out limping a little bit, but he's coming off the bench. And he'll be on the field. Helpin Still will come off the field. So Portman's going to be coming with everything he's got. A little bit gimpy and all. And it comes down to this one play. And Gunter's showing trips on the near side. One receiver up top, 3 down at the bottom, moving right to left. 4 seconds on the clock. Howe leading 21-19. This is the last play. Carr wanting to throw the football, throwing out right side, wants to throw it on the run, and it is caught. And now pitched back to an up man, and now brought down at the midfield stripe. And Howe has defeated Gunter and snapped an 11-game losing streak and have won at Bulldog Stadium against Gunter for the first time in 19 years and are 1-0 in District 5-3A. Holy cow, what a game this was.
Yes, it was.
What a football game. It came down to just what you expected. It came down to the last play, exactly like most people thought it would.
You know, that was a fantastic game. Man, they did a good job. That doesn't get much better than that.
All right, what a game that was. Roger Tidwell just turned the victory light on downtown, and here's their school song. Ecstatic Bulldog Stadium, and Howe has defeated Gunter here for the first time in 19 years and snapped an 11-game losing streak to Gunter.
Man, what a game. What a game.
The Howe Bulldogs go to 1-0 in District 5-3A and have the edge early on in this district play, and just an absolute battle of a football game, and it tells you a lot about the experience of these kids now and the heart that they have. And, you know, pretty soon you got to say, hey, these kids are battle tested, and tonight was a huge step in that direction of being battle tested.
You know, we talked about it at the beginning. They come in, and we knew this was going to be a test, and what a test. What a test.
Battle tested. Front page?
Front page. It's just front page, back page, the whole page.
Battle tested.
What a game, guys. Great job.
Great game tonight. We're going to go ahead and call this one an end as the Howe Bulldogs win 21-19 here at Bulldog Stadium. For everyone who's been a part of this one, including Stephen Braswell and Michael Moser, I'm Monty Walker, and we will see you next week.
Kiss him goodbye. It is touchdown time in Texas. Here they come again.
Grisham again, same play. He's got the 15, he's got the 10. Dragging a man to the 5. Kiss him goodbye. It is touchdown time in Texas.
You know, our goal now is to win, period.
61 yards.
Catch us if you can.
Howe Bulldogs football has been brought to you by Cavender Home Theater, Bill French Properties, Sweetie Pies by Karen, Howe Mercantile, Sonic of Howe, Scoggins Funeral Home, Carrie's Coffee Company, Abby's Restaurant, 3G Brand, and Micah Belden Attorney.
Howe, you're Bulldogs are headed to the regional championship game for the first time since 1990.